So they have this kind of quail, we call it as quail. Quails they have. So these quails from the porcupine, you can notice how it is. Very sharp, it will be almost this length, porcupines, and very sharp, and it hurts also. So what happens when the leopard tries to hunt, leopard thinks, okay, this is a very nice food for me, tasty meat. So it comes and attacks. So this will be ready. So normally this will not do anything, it will be on its own, correct? Suddenly when it comes, what happens, it just expands its quail and move backwards actually. When the leopard comes in, it moves backward. So all the quails will sting in the leopard. So leopard will spend another 10 minutes removing all that like this. By then this will go. Aram say, okay, chalo. Nice to meet you. So like this. So this porcupine does that to almost all creatures. Then camouflage is another technique. Camouflage is a technique where the prey, this is the predator also, prey also, snakes. It is predated by the eagle, auk, owl and all. So what happens, it tries to protect itself by camouflaging with the surrounding sand. Notice, many times you would have seen a snake and along with the other leaf, litter, soil and all, you'll never know there was a snake. Correct? That is camouflage. Chameleons also practice this. The chameleon's skin have so many nanocrystals on them. So those nanocrystals, what happens? They expand and contract depending upon the surroundings. Changing color very quickly. Okay. So as a result, these species, you can see half of the chameleon is one color here. Another half of the chameleon is showing other color here. So the nanocrystals on its skin capable of expanding, contracting and adjusting to the surrounding wavelength of color. Correct? So as a result, sunlight falls on this wood, let's say the color, and reflects back. That it captures and shows that color. Those nanocrystals. The sunlight falls on this and reflects back, right? It reflects towards the chameleon. The chameleon reflects that color. The crystals are like glass. It starts showing that color that is falling on it. Imagine I'm wearing a glass on me. Whatever light that is falling on this will get reflected back towards you. Same wavelength color is reflected back towards you. So you will be seeing that color like that. Chameleon. This is adaptation. It is trying to protect itself from the predator. These are all kind of techniques preys adopt. Otherwise these species will go extinct. If the predators keep attacking them, if they get killed very quickly without any kind of defense, these are all defense mechanisms. These are all kind of defense mechanisms they developed. You can notice this is the Arctic hare. Polar regions may it lives. You can see its ears are so small legs. These Arctic hare, they'll be like this in winter, snow, adapted to the snow, camouflage. Same two species I have taken the photo, you notice them. This is in summer. So we were kind of, a lot of cameras were set in Arctic region, Siberia. So those two you can notice in winter. Same two, I'm not showing some other photo. Same two species in summer. You got it? They only like this in summer. See the color? It is adapting to the surrounding soil, rocks. That is adapting to the surrounding snow. So this is what? Adaptability. Most prey tends to live in herds, large groups, to confuse the predators. Let's say, see the coat of the zebra. So this is called as disruptive coloration, where all they have patches of white black stripes. In large number, if you look from very far, they all look like same. You'll not know which animal is where. It's very difficult for the predators to attack. You are thinking from our point of view. Don't think from human point. Think from lion point, cheetah's point, because they don't see the same color as we do. Only the primates have the ability to, identify colors. We have in our photochromators, like say photoreceptor cells, we have red, blue, green. In our eyes, retina mein, we have photoreceptor cells, RBG, red, blue, green. So we are able to identify the colors. Correct? We have cone cells and rod cells. Rod cells help us in white and black vision. Correct? Cone cells help us in color vision. That is for primates, not for other species. The lion doesn't get to see this color. For it, totally different colors will appear. So it will not be able to identify which animal is where. Here also you see adaptability of giraffe to the surrounding vegetation. The colors you notice, the sky pattern only it has and grass pattern it has. So it will be difficult for the animals to identify them. So these are all some of the techniques preys adopt to survive. and they live in large numbers. They live in large numbers. Let's say, I'll come back to this. Here, these are wildebeest. Wildebeest in like hundreds and thousands of them together. That means chances of surviving is more. If the prey is alone, if I am alone, lion can come and eat me. So chances of death is 100%. Correct? But here, among them, something will be picked up. So your chance will be very high. Survival is very high. So that is the reason most of the herbivores tend to live in large groups. Means adaptability plus survival. Survival here. Okay. So plus whenever they give birth to a new cub, so or new species, correct, or new animal here. So what happens? The other herbivores will protect it. Correct. Other herbivores are there to protect the newborn, new offspring, like that. So you notice this again. This is some animals have venom. That means in any animal comes and attacks them, they inject that venom. This is called as lionfish. The lionfish has this kind of stings on top, which has venom in it. Any animal coming on, pressing onto it like this, so they'll inject the venom. So venom is very poisonous. The other species will run away. Okay, I will find some other food. Sorry, Anta. So this also, snakes also. So snakes also have venom. So using that venom, they hunt also. They try to protect themselves by injecting that venom into the bird or hawk or eagle when it comes and attacks. So some animals are venomous. Some species adopt by having poisons on their skin. When you touch them, the next minute you are dead. Poisonous frogs say. The skin on top of these frogs, these are all poisonous frogs. So they tend to be very poisonous. And they have this bright color to show that do not eat me. It is a kind of method they are telling others not to hunt, not to kill. That means if you touch and if you eat them, that means you are dead. So the other animals know, okay, I should not eat this. So this is venomous anta. These are found in Amazonian jungles, rainforest mein. So these are poisonous basically. But some animals are not poisonous. They mimic they are dangerous. Correct? I know I can't do anything. I'm a very weak species, but I have to survive, Allah. How will you survive? By mimicking that I am dangerous. You see, this butterfly, correct, normally birds come and eat this, but it is trying to show that it is like a owl. See, I am not a butterfly, I am a owl. Correct? I am your predator, stay away. See, this is how it looks. It opens up like this, and the bird looking there, okay, there is a owl here, let me hide. Instead of hunting this, it is going to go away. So as a result, this is a method they adopt, mimicry, we call it as mimicry. So this is again another frog species, which is so similar to the poisonous frogs, but it is not poisonous. It just shows that by bringing different colors on it, that it is venomous. So that's how it tries to survive. Here also, you can see this fish, again, not starfish, this is like a lionfish, again, lion stripes we call it as. This actual eye is here, real eye, but it has an eye spot. Correct. The any fish, other species think, okay, this big guy means the species also might be dangerous. So that it tries to show that it has a eye somewhere here. But actual eye is here. Eye of the animal is here. So these are all kind of mimicry they do to save themselves from predation. Otherwise, all our prey will go extinct. Once there is no food, the carnivores also will go extinct. So all animal kingdom will be gone. So these are some of the tactics adopted by the prey to prevent themselves from getting killed. That is predation mein one species benefits, other species gets harmed, gets killed. In order to survive, they do all this. Correct? They practice mimicry, they have venom, they have poison, they have camouflage, different techniques they adopt to save themselves from predation. Without this, the species of all animal kingdom would go extinct. Okay. So they had given this mimicry, venomous, poisonous, camouflage. Which of the following methods have been used by the prey to prevent predation? All the four. Question on this. Like that they might ask. Okay, these are some of the tactics used by the species to protect themselves from getting harmed or getting killed. Predation. Parasitism. Parasitism is when the particular, we have different types of parasites. Some parasites live on the skin. Okay, ectoparasites. Some parasite go inside the host, endoparasites. Correct? They do this to take the nutrition from the host. Here what happens? The one species is benefited here. That is, the parasites are getting benefited. The other species is harmed. Correct? Because you are losing your nutrition. Leech, you notice leech. Leeches, they suck the blood. Lice, ticks, bedbugs. Have you seen? All these are what? Parasitism. They try to draw nutrition from the mother's or host species. In that way, they get their nutrition. So whether the other species is harmed in its way. So in that also I'll show you. Where is that? I have the image for this. Not this one. So here, this one we are discussing. We'll come to that. Parasites, ectoparasites outside, endoparasite inside. So that means those parasites go inside the species host, let's say our intestine. Many worms live in our intestine, or not only humans, animals, intestine and all. They get the nutrition out of it. Whatever food you eat, they are eating it. They are getting it. Whereas your body is not getting sufficient nutrition. You are harmed in its way. Some are on the surface, ectoparasites. They live on the skins of the other animals. Correct? Lice, bedbugs, leeches, all this. Okay. So they are ectoparasites. I'll come to this. So in last one is brood parasitism. This was asked in the exam. What is brood parasitism? So this is the practice by some birds. Some birds of, let's say, Indian cuckoo, or cuckoo is a type of bird. What it does is it lays its eggs in the other bird's nest. वो जाएगा उसका egg को other nest में it will lay. So and it will fly. So the other species thinks, oh, this is also my egg, and starts incubating it. It will sit on it, incubate it. The eggs will latch. When the eggs latch, it will provide food to the chick, new chick. Those chicks, what are they going to do? They are going to push the eggs of other bird. Other bird also has the egg gala. Those eggs it will push away. From the nest itself it will push. As a result, this chick will get all the nutrition. The other birds are harmed there. In a way, I'll show you. Let's say these are the two birds you notice. This is the warbler here, and this is the Indian cuckoo chick. So you can notice the Indian cuckoo or the cuckoo bird has this eggs similar to the other eggs. You can see the warblers also have the same eggs shape, and this also has the same shape. So this warbler doesn't know, okay, this is not my egg ganta. It doesn't know. So it will come and incubate it, and the chick will grow up. Here you see this. When this chick starts growing up, it will push the other eggs out of the nest. So this is called as brood parasitism. And notice slowly this starts growing in size. See, the cuckoo chick looks bigger than the other bird. This is a robin, Cape robin. The bird Cape robin. In Cape Town we got this picture, Cape robin. This is a cuckoo. You see how big it looks. This is called as brood parasitism. In animal kingdom this happens, where the other bird lays its eggs where? On the nest of other bird, and waits for the other bird to incubate it and feed it. So this is called as brood parasitism. This one bird is benefited, the other bird is harmed, where its progeny is not continuing. Its species, its chicks are not born at all here. So that way its population decreases. This bird's population increases. So this is brood parasitism. This is called as. So this parasitism, one species is harmed, the other species is benefited. So what is brood parasitism? You know now. Brood parasitism is practiced by birds. Okay. Next is amensalism. Amensalism is when one species is benefited in a way, other species is not harmed at all. So it has no effect on it. Okay. Where the one species is not at all harmed, where the other species is benefited. Oh, 1 second. So we can say unharmed like this here. So one species is harmed actually, the other species is not affected. Right, correct now. So one species is unharmed, and the other species is harmed. I'll tell you. I was talking about allelopathy. Remember allelopathy? Where the particular plant sheds leaves and seeds into the surrounding area. As a result, that way, those seeds will allow only its germination. It will prevent the germination of other plants. Or the shade of the tree. Imagine I am the tree and the shade of the tree is so large, the other plants can't grow in the vicinity. So other species get harmed in a way. So that is called as amensalism. So this is, we can write an example of allelopathy also. Allelopathy is when the plant shed leaves and release certain chemicals into the soil, allelochemicals, which will stop the germination of other seeds. It will only germinate its own seeds. So that way, that plant is kind of benefited, but other organism is affected here. Okay, or it is kind of unharmed. The particular main species, the tree, which is actually unharmed actually, it doesn't have to do anything. But the other species getting harmed here, especially the other plants, small plants which are in the shade, they are getting harmed here. Okay, so that is called as amensalism. Okay, so large trees and the shade affects other species, whereas this mother tree or big tree doesn't have to worry, because it has already resources available to it. Whereas the other species which is still growing, they might get affected. That is called as amensalism. Okay, I have given an example here, allelopathy here. Next is neutralism. Neutralism is both the species are unharmed. They all live in irrespective, correct, in their respective habitat, and both the species survives, and both of them are neither benefited nor harmed. So that is neutralism. Okay, both the species are unharmed, neither benefited nor harmed. Okay, there are a lot of species are like this. Let's say fish in the water and a plant, correct, on the ground, has nothing to do with each other. They survive and they evolve continuously. So those kind of is neutralism, where both the species is neither benefited from each other, from the interaction, nor harmed. Okay, communalism is a new one that has come up now. Okay, in which, let's say, we'll talk about, let's say, have you seen cattle? Lot of buffaloes and cattle you would have seen. On top of them, there will be some egrets, cattle egrets, birds. Have you noticed? So many birds sit on the cattle. Why do they do that? That is a case of mutualism, correct? Birds sitting on top of the cattle. The birds get to eat all the lice, bugs, parasites on top of the cattle skin. In turn, cattle is benefited because it is getting cleaned. All the parasites, bugs are there. It is getting a natural kind of a therapy for it. It will be lying around like this. The birds keep picking on all the bugs and all. Correct. As a result, it is a case of mutualism. Here, the birds sitting on the cattle. Now what happens if some predator comes, lion comes or tiger comes? What will the bird do? It will fly off by warning it. By warning, making a sound, by sending out a warning to the buffalo or to the cattle, it will fly away. So in this, who is benefited there? Buffalo is benefited. That species is benefited. Whereas the tiger is affected there because its predation got lost. Chances of tiger not getting the hunt is very high now. Here, that bird took a side of the buffalo or the cattle by warning it, by sending out a signal. It is partial here, correct? So the word communal. Communal is when you support your own community, correct, group, than the other, when you are partial. So the word communalism. Communalism tendencies are seen nowadays in animals when they warn the other species, friendly species, in a way protecting them from the harm that is going to be caused. This is seen in forest. Many forests I have seen. Let's say there is a deer grazing. There is a monkey sitting on the tree. What does those monkeys do on top of the tree? They'll be dropping leaves, bigger leaves and all. Those bigger leaves, the deer can't reach and eat. So the leaf fall, this deer will eat that. So that way the monkeys keep helping the deer. Suddenly the tiger is coming slowly. What does this monkey do now? It will warn. It will cause alarm call, giving alarm to the deer below. What happens to the deer now? Okay, deer will look up. All this while it was grazing. Correct. Suddenly it will start looking up. Oh, where is the tiger? There. So it will all run away. Monkey has nothing to do with, right? Why is monkey helping the deer here? That is the tiger's question. Why are you helping him? I was anyhow going to eat my food. Why are you taking the side of the deer? That is communalism, where it has nothing to do with that situation, but it is giving warning to the deer. So that way communalism is affecting one species, benefiting the one species harming the other. This is also type of kind of predation. When one species get benefited, the other species is harmed in a way. Neutralism is both no impact. The interaction doesn't have impact on each other. Amensalism is one species has nothing to do with it, it has no harm, whereas the other species is harmed. Okay. Whereas one species derives no benefit, whereas the other species is harmed. Whereas parasitism is one species is harmed, the other species get benefited. Predation is again, in predation what happens? The predator kills the prey. Okay. So that is again. Commensalism is when one species is benefited, the other species has no harm. Okay. So I told you so many examples of barnacles and all. So mutualism is both the species getting benefited. Okay. So remember the different types of population interactions we have. So related pictures are here in the PDF. All the which are difficult to understand, I have mentioned those pictures here. Okay, you can see that later. Next, right, primary succession, right, ecological succession. Next topic is ecological succession. So this topic, ecological succession, was given by Frederick Clements. Frederick Edward Clements. Very popular plant ecologist. Okay, Frederick Edward Clements. Remember the same person who coined the term biome. Biome. Okay, ecological succession. So how particular plant species begin their journey in any landscape was first suggested by Frederick Edward Clements. So first what happens in any area, if you notice, remember initially magma came out, became lava, the lava cooled, solidified, forming rock. So on the earth's surface initially everything started from nudation, that is barren rock was there, barren rock like this, some igneous rock, volcanic rock was there initially. I call it as barren rock. This was found first. Initially there was no life on this area, so only rocks were there. So after the lava cooled, solidified, forming rock. So slowly what happens, this is called as nudation. Nudation means completely barren. Some small plant species like lichens, mosses will start growing on it, sunlight will act on it, water will act on it, weathering takes place, the rocks start weathering, chemical weathering, physical weathering, biological weathering, all that weathering results in formation of soil. So soil is formed slowly. So gradually, because of nutrients available, water available, sunlight available, some small mosses, lichens start growing on it. I'll write that here. So rock size has decreased, you can notice. The soil has increased now. You can see this was first, then this. Here, mosses, lichens will grow. Remember yesterday I was talking about lichens. Correct. Fungi and algae. So this is again mutualism. Both the species are benefited. Mosses and lichens start growing on top. Here, notice this. On top of this, we can see some initial species will start. That is called as pioneer species. The beginning of a plant community in an area is called as pioneer species. First, this is a starting point. First, there is nothing, barren, nudation. Then some species will come. You might say, sir, where will it come from? It might be bought by the water. It might be bought by the seeds, wind and all. So as a result, from somewhere the species will migrate and they will start growing here. So you can see mosses and lichens are the starting species that grows in any place. So they are called as pioneer species. Pioneer species are those species which begin the succession. So slowly what happens? They start growing, thriving. Again rocks will undergo weathering, erosion. Slowly the soil thickness start increasing. Soil thickness is increasing, you can see. Soil is formed here. Now you can see. What will happen now? The birds will bring in seeds from some place. The bird droppings will bring seeds. Those seeds will germinate now into small plants. Like you can see herbs starts growing. small plants starts growing here. Basically herbs. Remember, small plants, weak stem, creepers, those will grow. Herbs and creepers. Creepers are on the land only. Okay, remember. So herbs and creepers will take over with a weak stem, those plants. Then slowly what happens? So more water is available here. Soil is available. The soil gets thicker over the period of time. Shrubs will grow now. Correct. Yesterday's class, remember what are shrubs? Plants with woody stem. So they will grow. Shrubs will grow now. Woody stem mein. Bushes will grow. So these are called as shrubs and bushes. So notice this. So plants are increasing now, slowly. Like this. This also will be there. Herbs and creepers also will be there. Grasses will be there. Correct. The color I'll change. Grasses. You can see. Herbs, grasses, creepers. Along with that, shrubs and bushes will increase. Here, you can see. Thorny plants and all will be there here. Slowly what happens? Trees will grow now. Woody plants will take over. Slowly the tree starts growing here. Small trees. Small trees. Small trees. What is happening now? One set of species are replacing the older. Small trees. Then gradually what happens? There is sufficient soil also. Water, nutrients over the period of time. Then it will all give rise to a larger tree species which is more stable, more adaptable to the conditions because of presence of thick soil. See the soil thickness here. Earlier there was no soil. Earlier there was no soil here. So soil thickness also started increasing because for plants to grow we require soil, we require nutrients, micronutrients, we require water. All that is present now. All that is present now. All the abiotic factor is set. Okay. Soil with sufficient moisture. So the plants can develop a well-developed root system here, deep root system. Hope all of you know, if the tree is taller on the surface, that means it has a well-developed root system below. Till more stable community is formed. This final community that is formed is climax. Climax community. Climax community. Starting from the pioneer species, slowly one set of species will replace the previous. And slowly, gradually in that place, from nothing, you can see rocks were there. Gradually mosses, lichens, herbs, grasses, creepers. Then shrubs and bushes will form. Slowly larger trees are formed. When larger trees are formed, you notice so many plants are there here on the surface, won't get sunlight. On the ground they don't get sunlight. So they start creeping on the bark. Some plants start to creep on the bark like this to get sufficient sunlight like this. You might have seen creepers. Creepers can be seen. They are basically epiphytes. Epiphytes are those plants which creep along the bark of another tree and go up to get sufficient sunlight from the sun. Because on the ground the sunlight is not available. On the ground the sunlight is absent. So the plants have to grow taller. Why do you think trees grow vertically taller, one competing with the other? For what? Sunlight. So they are competing with sunlight. That is the reason the species starts growing vertically taller. So what is happening here? So this is a pioneer species which started. So slowly various species evolved. Okay. So the beginning of ecological succession starts with a barren rock. And soon one set of species will replace the other, forming a more stable community. And that is called as ecological succession. And this we call it as primary succession. Primary. First. Primary succession is this. Okay. So many species are formed, one next to another, or one replacing the older. Okay. So that means wherever there was just rocks, what will happen now? This kind of trees will grow. Wherever there was just rocks, slowly various species have grown over it. Finally, we'll get to see rocks there, trees there, dense plants and trees. Successful establishment of a plant community in a region is called as ECs. SS. SS or ACES. It's pronounced as. SS is successful establishment of a plant community in a particular area where there was nothing. So slowly the plant community got established over the years. Time is another big factor here. Over the years, it's called as SS or ACES. It's pronounced as. Okay. From starting, all of you notice this. From starting to this, how various communities evolved. Correct. Over the period of time, from barren rock all the way till here, is called as Siri. Siri is a word which includes everything from the barren rock, how a first plant community formed over it. Successively, various plant communities started forming over time, and that is called as Siri. Siri. Okay. Siri is the stages of ecological succession a particular area will go through, and each stages are called as seral stages. Each stages are called as seral stages. What was the starting seral stage? Pioneer species starting. What is the last seral stage? Climax. Each of these stages are called as seral stages. Individual stages, seral stages. From starting till now, how various species evolved, replacing one another, is called as, that entire process is called as Siri. Okay. Means it's a short form for ecological succession. Siri is a short form for ecological succession, in simple words. So that means what I'm trying to say here is the forest that we have today, correct, has evolved over a period of time. In a barren landscape, it has evolved like this. And it has taken millions of years, thousands of years to reach this stage. So we simply go there, we cut those trees, and we say we will plant somewhere else. Is it same? This plant forest has evolved. Along with those plant species, herbivores, carnivores also have evolved. For the animals, this is their habitat, because they also have evolved along with the forest. So we suddenly cut these trees, forest, and then what we say, equal number of trees we are going to plant somewhere else. That is what CAMPA is. CAMPA is Compensatory Afforestation Act. So which will replace the forest somewhere else by growing some trees, which is very wrong, because this forest has evolved for thousands of years. That we are not considering here. So ecological succession teaches us to respect the nature around us, because they have evolved before us. We should not consider ourselves superior to the vegetation around. ACES is the word for successful establishment of a plant community in an area, new area. See, this is barren rock. So slowly what happened? There was mosses, lichens, and grasses, herbs started growing. That successful establishment of a plant community in an area, new area, is called as ACES. Primary succession. Primary means first stage. This one is for this stage. This stage where there is rock. Slowly, successful establishment of a plant community in an area, new area, is called as ACES or ACES, because there was nothing, and slowly the first stage formed. That is called as ACES. Then slowly, various plant communities replaced the older. That is, each of them is called as seral stage, starting from pioneer species to climax. So ecological succession, this is asked in mains. Discuss primary and secondary succession with a suitable diagram. This one. Siri. Siri is a word, is a very broad term which encompasses pioneer species to climax community. How various species evolve in a particular landscape, one replacing the other. This replaced this, this replaced this, this replaced this. Finally, this climax community, more stable, climatically more stable, environmentally more stable community has formed. That establishment from barren rock to this, the entire stage process is called as Siri. Siri is the word used for all the stages from pioneer to climax. That is the reason I gave a clue. Ecological succession, pura entire process ko we can call it as Siri. So in exam, this is a word. What is Siri? Siri is the word used in ecological succession to identify how a stable community is reached from a barren rock surface over a period of time. That entire process is called as Siri. Okay. Whereas the individual stages are called as several stages. Okay. In books, many books they have given this as the intermediate stages. Intermediate stages. What happened? Oh, okay. What time is this? What time is the break? We have class till 1 o'clock now. 8, 9, 10. We'll take a break now. Now miss 10:32. Okay. Then 11, 12. No. 2 o'clock. Class is till 2 o'clock. Food you will have after 2 o'clock. Now anyhow you have breakfast. So then we'll see. Because I have a big topic to cover. That is biome. Biomes to cover. See here, this is what we are discussing. So from barren rocks, hills, see how slowly one species replaced the other. This is soil. Earlier there was no soil. There was only rock. Okay. So this is what we are trying to understand. Primary succession, starting from pioneer species to more climax. Environmentally stable community. This is called as primary succession. We have one more topic, secondary succession. We'll do it after the break. Okay. There is again another half an hour topic. No, this is first one. This is pioneer. Pioneer species. Starting from here. So where we have small mosses, lichens, small plants. No. This diagram is like kind of showing a dramatic one. You read mine. This is better. Okay, any doubt till now? Just check your notes. So ecological succession. So what we did is we started from a barren rock. Okay. Slowly how one plant community replaces the other. We have discussed. All these stages. The entire orderly progression, correct, or the complete story of how one community replaces the other is called as Siri. Okay, all of you know. Each stages is called as serial stages, complete story. Okay, you can write a definition also. Siri is the entire orderly progression, entire story or entire orderly progression of ecological or plant, I'll use the word, orderly progression of plant communities from the barren rocks to climax, from the pioneer species, I'll use the word pioneer species to pioneer stage to climax stage over time. See, I have taken the time factor also. Over time, the entire story of ecological succession is called as Siri. Each stage is called as serial stage. This is what happens in any barren area. Entire orderly progression of plant communities from pioneer stage to climax stage over time, as to how one community replaces the other, is called as Siri. So the starting of succession is pioneer, end is climax. Climax plants are more stable, adapted to that area. Okay. From any place to have this kind of ecological succession, first it will start with the barren surface. Okay. Can you go to the next page? It starts from the barren surface. So we use that as a nudation in ecology. Nude surface means nothing is there initially. Nothing is present. Such stage is called as nudation. Nudation is the first. After that, what happens slowly? Some species will migrate here. Migration takes place. I told you mosses, lichens starts growing, or birds, seeds might drop there. They start growing. Have you seen big rock will be there. On the big rock, small plant will be growing. Have you seen? That will grow into a big tree slowly. So it just starts weathering the rock, biological weathering. Slowly the soil will form, more plants start growing on it. So that is the first nutation, migration. Then a plant community will establish there. That is ESIS. Successful establishment of the plant community in a place is called as ESIS or ACES. This word. Successful establishment of a plant community in an area is called as ACES. What happens then after that? So there will be a lot of competition among them. Though so many plants are there here, they'll be competing for resources. What resources? Sunlight, water, correct, soil. There'll be competition. So one plant which is more dominant will replace the others. So competition will be there. Competition among them. Competition and coaction. After that, what happens? Finally, more stable community is reached. Finally. Okay. So more stable plant community is achieved. That is called as climax. So it all starts from barren surface, nude surface. Okay, first. Then migration. Then establishment of plant community. Fourth, competition, coaction. Then finally, climax. So this we studied in the primary succession. Primary succession. Okay. So one round we have covered, first stage. Notice this please. In this image, all of you notice this. So first, initially on earth there was rocks. On this, gradually a forest was formed. Gradually, this final community what we get is forest. Dense growth of woody plants here. Okay. So this forest will be there on earth. So suddenly some disturbance will occur, like fire, forest fire, or a volcano, or an asteroid impact. Correct na? So normally is forest fire. All of you would have seen. Sometimes there is a forest fire due to lightning. So the trees will catch fire. What will happen? This is all of a sudden event that we can't expect. We can't control. So asteroid impact or a volcanic activity or remember suddenly there was a volcanic eruption in Ethiopia last week. Yes. So like that, there is a part of ring of fire. Remember, a ring of fire. African ring of fire. So like that, all of a sudden something will happen that you have no control over. So sudden events like that are called as perturbation in ecology. Disturbance. Sudden events that occur, suddenly the trees will catch fire or some event will cause some threat to the final climax community. So already I'll write that here. So such sudden events are called as perturbation in ecology. Perturbation is sudden change in the environment due to events like forest fire. It can be forest fire. Like it can be deforestation by man. Deforestation. Is there some type of disturbance? Climate change is also kind of a disturbance. Asteroid impact. It can be let's say pollution, sudden increase in pollution or like oil spill. You know how we are. There is something natural, we suddenly go there and disturb it. We evict all the trees at once for some construction activities. Like that. So pollution, forest fire, asteroid, climate change, deforestation, these are some sudden disturbance will occur. What will happen to that forest? Is gone. Correct? It will be disturbed. So forcing that area to begin the succession again. The trees will be there. So this will be under, let's say I'll take fire, forest fire. All these are in fire. What will happen when the trees, plants catch fire? Obviously they'll all be burned to ash. It will all be burned into, finally that area will have only ash now. Ash, yes. All this reduced to ash. All this vegetation will be reduced to ash. See, I have written that. So just to give the image of a fire, I have written like this. So perturbation, disturbance causes the forest to catch fire. That means already it has reached climax, but now it is getting disturbed. So every forest fire event will kill lot of species here, both the native plants also. It will also kill invasive species also. The fire accidents can kill lot of alien species. What are alien species? Invasive species which are not native to this land, which have come from somewhere else, like Parthenium, like Lantana. They are not ours, but Parthenium is everywhere. You have seen Parthenium Allah. Parthenium and Lantana, they came when we imported food grains from other continents, from other countries. They came from those countries. Now when you put those seeds here, they will also germinate. Those plants came to us like that. So Parthenium is found everywhere almost now. It is an invasive species, alien species. What are alien? Which are not from this place, which are not native. So those species also will die. So forest fire, in a way, it is good for the environment because it will kill all the alien species. Only the native plants will get a chance. Whatever alien species are there, they will all die. The new plants will be only native species only now. So forest fire will also reduce everything to ash. What is happening now? So there will be a lot of nutrients. Ash is a very good nutrient for the plant growth. It will bring a lot of nutrients which are in the form of tree back to the soil. Again the new plants can emerge. The new pioneer species will begin now. Now again life gets a chance. So small mosses, lichens start growing now. Again mosses will grow on that. Lichens will grow. But now other species also start growing very quickly because nutrients are always already there. Nutrients are already present. So as a result, now life will bounce back faster. Correct, plant starts growing now. On that newly formed ash layer, plant starts growing now. Grasses will grow. So small herbs will grow now. Larger herbs, larger plants, herbs, shrubs. Remember shrub? Herbs and shrubs. Those will grow like this. Slowly they'll start growing now. Why? Because already there is sufficient nutrients available. Already nutrients are available. So they all start growing now. Because during the forest fire everything was lost. Correct Allah. So again now trees, small trees, then finally large trees. These trees that grow now, finally, notice this, it will be more fire tolerant also. Now the final trees communities that are growing now, this wood that now grows, these plants that evolve here will be fire tolerant also. Earlier they were not. Now they know. In case of next forest fire, they know how to adapt to that environment. The secondary succession will create more stable community, stronger species, stable climax community, which will be capable of adapting to climate change also. It will be capable of withstanding. It can withstand climate change also, fire also. Again, if fire breaks out, so they will be able to tolerate that also. So the forests that we have today have reached this stage now. They are more fire tolerant also. They are able to capable of withstanding changes in environment, climate also. So this is called a secondary succession. This what we have now, from pioneer species again to the more climax community we have, is called as secondary succession. Secondary succession. So secondary succession. So what is perturbation? Perturbation is disturbance. Any disturbance in the environment, like caused by man also. Deforestation, pollution, soil erosion. Okay, soil erosion or some disturbance in the environment. Perturbation means disturbance. So that will begin the succession again. So that means the forests that we have today have gone through many stages of succession. Not only once, multiple times. So that is the reason they are not to be disturbed. So the forests that we have around us have gone through multiple stages of succession for thousands of years, and they have reached this stage. So along with them, plants also have evolved, animals also have evolved. So they are well adapted to that area. Again, secondary succession begins with a new set of plants, pioneer, finally reaching climax. Again, this is also called as Siri. Secondary Siri. Primary succession is Siri, secondary Siri, this is. Siri is all the stages together. So now you know, okay, the forest doesn't come all of a sudden. It will evolve over a period of time, where one plant community replaces the older, evolve into a stronger, stable community. So the entire stage is called as Siri. Ecological succession is called as. So this already has come in the paper, mains paper. Succession topic they have asked. Usually in environment classes they concentrate only in the prelims part. So I am covering mains also, wherever necessary. Okay. Done. So we have covered primary succession. First diagram you notice how it is, how it looks. Definition also I have given. What is Siri? Done. Then I told you what are the stages it goes through, from starting to climax. And now I have mentioned again secondary succession also. After any disturbance, how the environment bounces back, creating the secondary succession. Clear? Okay. So the Siri, what we are talking about here, succession, entire ecological succession in an area, correct, can be of various types. If it is on rock, only on rock, lithosiri. If ecological succession take place in a rocky area, rocky environment, okay, rocky terrain, only rocks are there on that, starts growing. You go to our Gandikota, Kadapa region, so that built, Jammalamadugu near that place, you will get to see lot of only rocks. On top of that vegetation can be seen. Around Hampi you go, Hampi around Hampi you can see rocks are there, in between the vegetation is growing there. So slowly the ecological starts on that rocks there. That is lithosiri. Okay. Lot of water is there. Hydrosiri. Hydrosiri is when abundant water. Mesosiri, when there is moderate levels of water. Moderate water conditions. Moderate water. Mesosiri. Moderate condition. Okay. Xerosiri, when dry conditions. Desert. Desert also some plants are there, have you noticed? Very less. I agree, cactus, succulents, some grasses are there. Near oasis some palm trees can be seen. Oasis. Otherwise, no vegetation. Dry conditions. If the ecological succession occurs in desert, xerosiri. If ecological succession occurs in abundant water conditions, wetlands, hydrosiri. Here outside what we get is mesosiri. Okay. In rocky areas, lithosiri. If there is only sand, remember desert sands, samosiri. P silent here. P silent. Samosiri means sand. Ecological succession on sandy soil. Samosiri. Halosiri. In saline condition. Saline soils or water. Salt water. In plants, salt water plants are also there. Have you seen in the oceans also? We have some plants growing in saline condition. Brackish water also they grow. Okay, I'll show you. So this you write this. So a lot of plants grow in the water as well. So there are different types of Siri we have. This itself is a question in exam. This side and this side they'll give what match the following. So Samosiri, Xerosiri, if you have heard of it once, you will answer this question. Not a difficult one. Not difficult. But you have not heard of this word at all. This is Xero means what? Desert, dry plants. Samosiri means sand. Like that we have to remember. So I'll show you the plants that grow in the water or under the water. Seagrass or meadows. So notice this please. These are the grass species you can notice under the water actually. This is water. Below the water you can see this grass. Sunlight can penetrate, you can see, in the shallow waters of the shelf. Continental shelf may we'll have this. We have continental shelf, western continental shelf, eastern continental shelf we have. There under the water we have this kind of grasses. In the brackish salt water they grow. I'll show you. In the sea meadows of Gulf of Mannar, we have dugongs. These are called as sea cow. They are the herbivores. See, this is the water, this is the grass there. You can see this is sea cow. Dugongs, basically. So they are found in our Gulf of Mannar and all. So a lot of species are there that you wouldn't have seen at all. See how they look? Sea cow. They eat those grass. They eat those grass. So these are marine herbivores. Marine herbivore. Just like cow we have cow outside you have seen. So same. Under the water. Sea cow. Okay. No, there is moderate level. Gulf of Mannar and all, they are thriving. Depends upon the habitat also. Some places they are under threat. I'll show you one more. These are called as brown algae, basically. These are also under the water. These are found in Atlantic Ocean, temperate regions of the world. Temperate, mostly temperate belt. Let's say in Tasman Sea, Australia, New Zealand ke beech mein, or in Atlantic Ocean. Under the water, you can see this kind of grasses growing. Kelp forest we call it. These are algae, basically, brown algae. Brown algae. So these are called as kelp forest. So there are a lot of plants which live in the saline conditions. They are called as Heloceri. Okay. Which evolve in the water. So we have different types of Ceri we have covered. Primary and secondary succession we have covered. Next is biome. Biomes of the world. Biomes. This is a very big topic and also important. The word biome, all of you remember, was given by Frederick Clements. Again, Frederick Edward Clements, plant biologist. Same person who gave ecological succession. He explained ecological succession. Same person. Biomes are large geographical regions. Large geographical regions with a distinct climate. Please write first. With a distinct climate. I am writing because already I have told you the definition many times. With a distinct climate should be there. Okay. With a distinct climate. To which various flora and fauna. Flora means plants, fauna I mean animals. Flora and fauna are adopted or acclimatized. Can I use the word acclimatized also? Acclimatization is well adopted. Imagine this part of the classroom, here we have one climate. This part we have another climate. Obviously the flora and fauna will be adapted to this climate. Correct. The flora and fauna of this place is different from this. So those areas are called as biomes. This is one biome. This is one biome. Okay. So on the earth surface, not all places experience the same climate. The climate of the earth depends upon the location, in which latitude you are living, equator or poles, tropical, subtropical, temperate, correct, in which place you are living. Second, it depends upon the altitude, in what altitude you are living. Environmental conditions will determine the biome, correct. So the biomes on earth can be classified into various types. See, from equator to poles. Imagine this box that I am writing is one continent, means hypothetical continent. It starts from equator all the way up to poles. Since we have more land in northern hemisphere, I am taking northern hemisphere for consideration, because most of the land is in northern hemisphere. So notice this, please, box. This is equator, from where I am considering a continent up to poles. So notice this. First, the places close to equator, that is 5 degree north, 5 degrees south approximately, are close to equator. Means what? Equatorial climatic conditions will be having hot, humid. Remember convectional rainfall every day. Every day precipitation takes place. So here the climate will be hot, wet climate. Hot because temperatures are high. Humid, it will be humid always. Every afternoon rains, convectional rainfall. Soil moisture is very high. So equatorial evergreen rainforest we have here. Equatorial, hot, wet, equatorial evergreen rainforest biome. So in short, hot, wet, equatorial biome. Here the vegetation is like what? Evergreen. Plants are green. Rainforest. We have dense forest we have. Okay. Evergreen rainforest biome. Here. Because always it is raining. Whereas in polar regions, it is very cold here always. Correct. So it will be polar. Polar. Frozen. Frost. Ice always. Correct. Especially places close to 66.5 degree north and above. 66.5 degree and north and above will be cold dry always. Here, cold dry. Only in summer, snow might melt. So land get exposed. Then some mosses, lichens might grow. Rhododendrons might grow. Tundra. Okay. Or I can use the word tundra for this belt. From 66 to 60, this belt. 60 degree and above to polar region. Above 66 is always cold, completely frozen. This is tundra. Tundra is when snow melts and exposed to the surface, to the sunlight. So plants grow. That is tundra. That only in summer. So above 60 is one type of climate, correct? Here also it's one type of climate. Within this, we can classify into multiple types, depending upon their location. This is called as up to 30 degree. Warm tropical or hot tropical. I'll use the word hot tropical. Because these are very hot. These are warm temperate. What is warm? Because close to the tropics. Up to 45 degree. These are above 45 degree. Cool temperate. Close to the poles. As you go closer, above 60 degree north, what happens? It gets colder. So as a result, we have identified the tundra and frost. Okay. Tundra is a Swedish word, means marshy. In summer, the snow melts, the soil becomes wet, because of which some plants might grow, like permafrost condition here. That is tundra in this part. So like this, we can divide the world into hot tropical, warm temperate, cool temperate, based on their location from equator to the poles. So notice this. This is Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer is here. 23.5 degree north. I told you already why I am considering only northern hemisphere to now, because we have more land. Northern hemisphere is land hemisphere. So different parts of land we have different climate. Based on that, we have flora and fauna, different types. Imagine this hypothetical continent is surrounded by water. Ocean here also, water. Ocean here. You might ask, sir, which continent will have this situation? Asia, you take. This side Pacific Ocean, this side Arctic Ocean, this side Indian Ocean. Like that. Water everywhere. Here also. Imagine this continent is surrounded by water. So you take any continent surrounded by water. So maritime influence is there on the sides. This is called as East Coast. Let's call this as West Coast. So this is called as West Margin. I'll write West Margin conditions. West Margin is close to the Western Ocean here. This is called as East Margin. All these three are called as East Margin type. Remember. West Margin because Western side also there is water. East Margin also there is water. Okay, so please try to understand. Let's see which are the different types of climate we get. Here. Let's start from here. This one. We all have studied in climatology and oceanography that the deserts are found in the subtropical belt in the western margin of the continents. Do you all remember? Oceanography class, I told you ocean currents. In the western margin we have a cold current. Because of the cold current, here what happens? No evaporation. No evaporation means what? Dry air. Dry air will blow towards the land. No rainfall. No rainfall, desert. So the hot deserts are always located where? Here, in the western margin. Hot deserts are located in the western margin, in the subtropical belt. Have you heard of Atacama? Remember Atacama? South America also we can apply. North America we can apply Mojave Desert, California mein. That. Sahara Desert. Correct. In southern hemisphere, Africa, we have Kalahari Namib, Victoria, Sandy Simpson Desert, Gibson Desert, Australia. All are found in the western margin in this part of the world. So the deserts are found in the subtropical western margin of the continent. This is called as hot desert biome. Hot desert biome. Hot desert biome. So rainfall will be less. As you progress, rainfall slightly increases here. So here desert mein less, very less rainfall. Here slightly moderate rainfall. So grassland. We get grassland. Tropical grasslands. Savanna type. Sudan type. Savanna or Sudan, because of country called Sudan. Grassland. Since it is in tropical, it is called as tropical grassland. Okay. Yesterday I was showing you two types of grassland. Hot tropical grasslands of savanna also I showed. Temperate grassland like prairie also I showed. So this is savanna grassland. Further this side, we get monsoon biome. These are called as monsoon biome. Monsoon biome. Because during monsoon, the winds, southeast winds, cross equator and become southwest, bringing moisture to the eastern parts of the continents mostly. Correct. As a result, monsoon biome. Pass me the atlas 1 second. I'll show you the map. So what we have to do now, I'll take this world map. See, if I keep the world map, start from equator here. See, equator. Equator is here, passing through Asia, Africa. Correct. And Eurasia. This part, you notice, equator above is Eurasia. I am considering this entire piece of land here as Eurasia here. From equator, Africa also above, you notice. Consider these three together. Because why I am considering these three together? Because Europe, Asia and Africa are close to each other. Consider this as one box, this box. All of you consider this as one box. Starting from prime meridian till here. International date line. Prime meridian to international date line. Okay. This one box. Equator to poles. Notice this here, polar. This is tundra, Arctic tundra. This is equator. Indonesia, Africa. We have rainforest. Rainforest. We can apply this to this landmass here. You can see Sahara Desert here. Sahara Desert, Sahara Desert. The desert stretch all the way from Sahara to Arabian Peninsula. Correct. Grasslands also here. Then comes, this is monsoon land. Remember India? India, Southeast Asia, China, all get monsoon. Because the southeast winds, after crossing equator, southwest. Southwest monsoon. This is all monsoon land. India, Southeast Asia, South China are all monsoon land. So if you consider this equator, prime meridian, international date line and this box for this. Okay. So then you'll be able to understand this topic. So just above the desert, Sahara Desert, if you go up north, here we get Mediterranean type of climate. Remember winter rain? Mediterranean type of climate are those places which receive winter rain. Exactly above the Sahara Desert, you notice. Above Sahara, we have which sea? Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea experience what type of climate? Mediterranean type of climate. Winter rain. Remember citrus fruits and all I was telling you. In winter, cool, moist conditions will be there. Everybody there, they go. Grapes, wine. I was telling you the story. This one. Citrus fruits. Wine land. So this side, as you come, grassland. Temperate grassland. Steppes. Have you heard of steppe? Steppe grassland. Notice this. Steppe. Here we have steppe grassland. In World Geography class, steppes. Steppes. Further this side, China. China type. Because there is a country called China. Temperate monsoon biome. China type biome. Temperate monsoon China type. One of them is China type. Why China type? Because there is a country called China here. China type. So if you don't like China, sir, give some example. You see US, Gulf type here. Gulf of Mexico. Gulf type. Why China type is well experienced? Because more land is here. So that is the reason very popular. Here also we have Gulf. South Africa also we have little bit. Natal type here. Gulf and Natal. Same. Natal is a place in South Africa here. Gulf type is here. In the eastern margin, we have China type, Gulf type climate and Natal type. We use the word in different places. So they are located in temperate region, but they also receive monsoon. Okay. So some seasonal winds will come, bring them moisture, rain. Okay. So temperate monsoon biome. These are all called as temperate monsoon biome. Next, above this here, this forest, Russian forest, Siberia. You might have all have heard of word Siberia. East Siberian mountains. These are all East Siberian mountains. Korea, North Korea, Japan, Siberian, Russia. All these are here. Laurentian, we call it as Laurentian biome. This biome is also found in North America. Here, this part, Laurentian Plateau. If you notice the atlas, they have given the word Laurentian upland here. Laurentian Peninsula, Laurentian upland in Canada. The word Laurasia was used because of this word, Laurentian Plateau. Laurasia is a plateau in Canada. So the word Laurentian biome. This side, North American this side, Russian this side. We are almost close to the poles now. Okay, this part and this part. In the middle is Siberia, correct? Siberia, this is all Siberia. Siberia. Siberian biome. Siberian biome. This is where we have taiga forest. Taiga. This Siberian region is known for vast stretches of land. Correct. Moisture also. Rainfall. Summer rain, winter snow. So good vegetation. Siberian. Finally, last this side. Coastal. West European side here. British type. Because of the country called Britain. British type. Remember Great Britain Island? Here. This side. So we are back to the prime meridian here. So this is British type. So if you don't like Britain here, Canada, this side. British Columbia. So same British type biome. Finally, as you go towards north, you'll get what? Tundra. Back to polar. This polar. So if you consider this as a continent don't look like this box. Correct? But if you apply it to a continent, you will get all this type. Since land is different in different parts, so some climates are well experienced in those areas. So this is well suitable for northern hemisphere because northern hemisphere has more land. Southern hemisphere don't have much land. You notice. If you notice carefully, this 45 to 60 here, there is only water here. 45 to 65, if you notice, there is only water. So as a result, this and this is absent in southern hemisphere. In southern hemisphere, Siberian, see, no land here. If land is not there, no climate experience. No climate, no flora fauna. Correct. This is absent here, exactly here. Laurentian, this part is also absent, see, is absent. As a result, which two are not there in southern hemisphere? These two are not in southern hemisphere. Only in northern hemisphere. I'll write NH. Only in northern hemisphere. The Siberian biome and Laurentian biomes are completely absent in southern hemisphere. Some British type of biome is found here. British type biome is found here. British Columbia, Alaska. Here's Chile, country called Chile, and New Zealand. Otherwise, the British type is also less in southern hemisphere because of small land. These two are completely absent in southern hemisphere. So overall, how many types of biomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 biomes overall. Out of 12, all 12 are found in northern hemisphere. All 12. In southern hemisphere, only 10. Okay. You might ask, sir, what about tundra and polar? Yes, we have Antarctica. Only this part, there is no land. Further south, we have land again, Antarctica. Antarctica will experience both tundra here and frost. If you want, you can see Antarctica here. See, Antarctica. Antarctica has frost in the edge. There is tundra here on the corner, edge, periphery. Inside it is ice completely. Remember, I was talking about ice shelf, iceberg. Those are all tundra. Interior is completely ice. So we can apply this to any continent. So totally how many types of biome? 12 biomes. Out of 12, only 2 of them are absent in the southern hemisphere. So write this diagram. This diagram is given in your NCRT. Okay. G.C. Leong also. In Jaspirodos volume 1 also. Okay. So this is given. Mention. Complete the diagram. 10 of them are present. So except those 2. Siberian and Laurentian are absent. Because there is no land. In exactly that latitude. You see this latitude? 45 to 60 in southern hemisphere. Land is not there. If land was there, there also that climate would have been there. Some plants, animals would have been there. Since land only is not there, climate is not experienced. Correct? You might ask, sir, what happens in the water? Maritime. Only maritime climate will be there. Okay. See this. This side is west margin type. This is called as east margin type. Notice these are away from the coast. Away from the coast. They are called as continental climate. These three are called as continental climates. Continental climate. So if I have to explain anything, let's say they'll ask, explain grasslands. So I'll say grasslands are two types, tropical, temperate, and they are continental climate because they are away from the coastline. They experience moderate rainfall. Okay, like that I'll explain. So if I have to talk about monsoon biome, I'll say monsoon biome is the east margin type. Hot tropical, east margin type. These two words you have to use. Okay. Monsoon is hot tropical or a tropical east margin type biome. If I have to talk about deserts, hot deserts are hot tropical west margin type biome. Like this we have to use the words. Mediterranean type of climate are warm temperate west margin type, found in the latitude between 30 to 45 degree north, 30 to 45 degree south. Like that we can easily write 1-2 sentence now only for each one of them based on this diagram. I have shown you the trick. Trick is using the words. So equator we have very high rainfall. It is humid always, moist always, and also temperatures are high. As a result, we have hot, wet climate. Equator passes through South America, Africa, Asia. Okay, you can notice South America. We have 3 countries. You would have seen World Geography class. I was telling you Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. Correct. These areas we have Amazon forest here. Then Africa, we have many countries here. Remember Sao Tome Principe? Sao Tome Principe starts with, we have Equatorial Guinea. Correct. Then we have Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. We have Uganda. Correct. We have Kenya and Somalia. Then comes Maldives, Indonesia and Kiribati. These countries, there are 13 countries on equator. 13 countries. All these places we have very good rainfall. Not only exactly equator, on either side also. Either side, 5 degree north, 5 degree south. You can apply this. Now I have written north Allah. You can write 5 degrees south also here. Because on either side of the equator we get good rainfall. So rainforest biome. In rainforest what happens? Abiotic factors are sunlight, water, correct, is present. Sunlight is present. So biomass is very large. Because plants need what? More sunlight and water. Both are available. But the soil is highly leached. Laterite. Soil is laterite. Because every time raining means what happens? The leaching occurs. Minerals would go down. As a result, the soil is highly leached soil. Remember I was talking about high temperature, high rainfall, laterite soil is formed. Laterite. So soil is laterite. So the plants have evolved. So they are able to evolve because of the deep root system they have. The plants shed leaves which will decompose quickly. In humid conditions, the saprophytes act fast. So they decompose the organic matter quickly. So the roots get nutrients again. So the quick regrowth can be seen because of that. But if you do deforestation, correct, if you do deforestation, what happens? All the trees are removed. Then the regeneration is absent. Because soil is already lost its nutrients. So regeneration is very difficult. So that is the reason we should not cut trees here. And these trees are green throughout the year. Means they do shed leaves, but different time of the year. So the forest appears green. So the name evergreen. I'll write everything what I am saying I'm writing now, but I'm telling you the forest appears green throughout the year. So they carry out photosynthesis throughout the year. So they are called as lungs of the earth. The equatorial biome is called as lungs of the earth. So because they take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen. So carbon sink of the earth. Correct. Green carbon. What is green carbon? When the carbon dioxide is taken by the green plants, releasing oxygen is called as green carbon. Source of green carbon. So as a result, this biome is very, very important for us. So because of that condition, animals will live. Remember I was showing you the frogs, poisonous frogs. They all live here. Anaconda, they live here. Jaguar, I was showing you jaguar, they live here in this habitat. Okay. So hot, wet, equatorial biome. So where is that? I'll show you. This one, first one, hot wet equatorial biome. Where all, see, equator, Amazon forest, Congo rainforest, we have Indonesian rainforest, parts of Nicobar, Andaman Nicobar, Western Ghats also have tropical rainforest because of heavy rainfall. Then Papua New Guinea, remember Papua New Guinea, Australia, northern Australian shore, close to equator and water bodies, so they also get good rainfall. So this is on either side of equator. I told you 5 degree north, 5 degree south. Don't think of exact equator. Exact equator plus on either side 5 degree. So here the plants have reached the succession ala. Multiple layers of forest can be seen. Correct. You can see tall tree also. 80 meters, 70 meters tall trees we have seen. Okay. So very, very tall trees we have seen in the forest here, like this. They are called as emergent layer. Okay. Then we have canopy layer, other trees. Then understory. Then ground, forest floor. So the forest will have 4 stages. Vertical growth, you can see one layer above the other. On the ground, we have only herbs, shrubs, bushes here. Then we can see some understory plants here. Then canopy, then emergent. So they'll ask, in which biome we have 4 layers of forest? That means that is the reason rainforests are very difficult to harvest. Here if I go inside looking for a tree, that means by the time I go few meters I'll be dead, because some snake will be there, some frog will be there, correct, anaconda will be there, correct. So that is the reason nobody has crossed Amazon forest till now. That means nobody has gone from this side and come out alive that side. Not even one person. Many people would have climbed Mount Everest, but till date nobody has successfully crossed Amazon forest till date. Okay, especially as you come this side here, near close to the Panama, Colombia Panama region here, this area, Colombia Panama region, there are a lot of groups which inhabit the forest. They grow opium. Means I'm talking about militants. Militants also inhabit the forest. They will be living inside the forest, growing opium, drugs and all. So either animals will kill you or they will kill you. So no roads at all. Till now nobody has successfully built a road across Amazon. This gap is Darien gap, we call it as. Darien. Means you have to dare it to cross Anta. Darien gap here. So there is a highway called Pan American Highway. That highway starts from Alaska here. The road all the way comes down. Means you can come in your bike here. All the way from Alaska, all the way you can see Canada, US coast, Mexico coast, all the way you can stop here. But here, after reaching this region here, Panama Canal, after that you can't drive. There is no road, no, like completely dense forest. People only tell you, if you go there, you are dead. Then what people do? They ship their bike car into the ship. They'll come to here, Peru. From Peru, they'll continue all the way here, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and up to here. This is called as Pan American Highway. Pan American Highway road we have from here to here. Only gap is Darien gap, where they are not able to do anything till date, and nobody has even crossed that, because that type of forest it is. And mosquitoes will kill you more than any other species. The mosquito itself is enough. The kind of mosquitoes they have, for 3-4 days you'll be doing like this in humid conditions. Okay. So where is the Darien gap? You know, in Amazon forest, Colombia. Where is Darien? Colombia. Central American and Amazon forest, Congo forest, our Indonesian rainforest, Papua New Guinea rainforest. This is called as equatorial biome, a small name, also called as rainforest biome. Rainforest biome, hot wet biome. In many books, different names they have given. Okay, hot wet biome. So temperatures, notice this temperature 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Rainfall very high, more than 200 centimeter rainfall per annum. Throughout the year, temperatures are like this. There is no winter here. Equator doesn't experience winter. You got it? Throughout the year, day and night, it is warm, humid. It is not very hot if you notice, but what is the turn off is humidity. Humidity is too high because air is humid. Imagine you are in a humid area, you are always sweating. Correct, that kind of weather. You can't live in that kind of situation. Humidity is very high rainfall, 200 centimeter, more than 200 centimeter. Okay, rainfall, you know, this is found 5 degree north to 5 degree south of equator. In South America, the forest extends from 10 degree north to 10 degrees south. Here, see, 10 degree north to 10 degrees south. We have more forest in Amazon region, in South America, Central America. South America, Central America, we have more extension of this forest. In other places 5 degree. South America we have more, from 10 to 10. Amazon. Amazon forest. What type of rain? Convectional rain. All geography coming back now. This is all abiotic components I am writing. Correct. Abiotic means sunlight, temperature. Correct. Insolation is throughout the year. Every day throughout the year they get sunlight. There is no dearth of sunlight here because vertical rays ala. Equator will be receiving vertical rays. So insolation throughout the year. Sunlight throughout the year. Insolation. Because equator we are talking about. So equator doesn't face any kind of dearth of sunlight. Every day we get sufficient sunlight. Temperature, rainfall, convectional rainfall, you know, location. Apart from North America, South America, South America, Central America, Africa, Congo Basin, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea rainforest. Already I told you these are lungs of the earth. Carbon sink. So remember this situation, okay? So we have one of the largest rainforest on earth here. So they'll ask, discuss equatorial biome with a suitable example. So what you have to write? You have to mention equatorial biome is also called as rainforest biome, hot wet biome, also called as evergreen biome, because plants appear green throughout the year. Okay, evergreen biome. They are found in 5 degree north to south. Location, some places 10 degree north to south. Temperature 25 to 30. Rainfall 200 centimeter. Okay, rainfall type convectional. Sunlight throughout the year. Okay. So notice the atlas now quickly. Places close to equator you notice quickly. In the political map, first you start with political map. I'll tell you what are the maps you have to see every time. I'll take 1 second. See, when I say any biome, you first see this equator. Okay, where is the location first always? First this, then turn the page. Physical map. Here also you see. Because in physical map they have given rivers, Amazon river, Congo river, also they have given islands, Indonesian islands, like this. Because world geography is over, you can't complain, sir, I am not able to understand Anta. We already covered. Correct, these two. Then after seeing this map, you have to see another map here. Vegetation, rainfall, see. World rainfall here, you can see. Where we get good rain, they have given already. Where the rainfall is high, where the rainfall is low. That is, an environment class is applied in nature. Whatever we have covered in entire geography, we do this. In many places, we follow this method. First, full geography will cover. We'll give them some time to digest. Then we start environment. In some institute, what they do, along with geography, before geography, they'll start environment. Then there'll be students should be saying, what is this happening? Because, see, so many things we have to know, Allah. Understanding geography only, you can understand all this. See, rainfall map you have to see. After that, vegetation here. Page number is here. Yeah, vegetation, page number 113 here. Vegetation. 4 maps you have to see. Back to back. World map is easy. Then climate map. Then vegetation map. See, this one we are talking about. Rainforest biome. See this. Green color they have given. What is this green color? You see. Rainforest. You got it? This is how you have to do. For those who don't have atlas, I can't help you now. I have no other method. That is the reason you see this map, at least. You remember where we are talking about what. Then only this topic becomes easy. I am telling you, 12 and a half marks. One full answer they are asking this. Discuss biome, direct question. In UPSC Mains, GS3 paper 3 mein, they are asking this type of full length topic. 12 and a half marks question they are asking. Equatorial biome. Equatorial biome. Like this one topic they might ask. In India we find this where? In Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar and Western Ghats. Western Ghats. Because Western Ghats also receive very high rainfall. Andaman also high rainfall. Meghalaya and parts of northeast we have tropical rainforest. If it is near equator, equatorial rainforest. If it is tropical, tropical rainforest. That's it. Okay. Tropical rainforest. So here the trees are hardwood trees, dense trees we have. Okay. Like this. This also one small diagram you write on the left, showing forest floor, understory, canopy, emergent. Just like the way I used to write in the previous diagram. Remember succession? Climax succession mein, haan. So write this, some trees you write, 4 words you write. Forest floor also we see vegetation. Understory also we see vegetation. Canopy layer, emergent. Okay, 4 layers of forest we have. So they'll ask, which type of biome has 4 layers of forest cover? That means, if you enter the forest during the day, around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, if you enter the forest, so sunlight will not be reaching the surface, bottom here, because these trees will be blocking sunlight. That is that dense. So inside the rainforest, the day becomes night. So twice they had sent us to collect some data. So I had accidentally agreed to it, Amazon Nala, so I thought I'll go. So I went. So that was kind of a time that I had the experience of the Amazon jungle. From Bolivia side we entered. So initially it was fine. I was fine. Okay, very nice photographs and all I took. I have uploaded in my YouTube channel. By the time we entered the forest, just 10 meters in, I was saying I want to go home. So the kind of things I saw, the animals are all crawling along, snakes and all. I was wearing a rubber boot. Correct. So very good rubber boot up to here. So I saw around 5-6 snakes around my shoes. And all mosquitoes are biting. So I am unable to use my hand also. So there is a lot of animals, poisonous frogs there. And slightly into a river there, we saw anaconda also. Then that is the time I decided, okay, so we should not accept this kind of assignments. I enjoyed, but you know the fear that gets in Allah. So that is the time. So every time I talk about that, I'll get goosebumps thinking about that place. So that is a type of forest we have. So that is one sign here. Another time was in Papua New Guinea. There also same. Papua New Guinea also I have seen here. Okay. In both these places, beautiful wildlife. Beautiful. I'm saying wildlife wise, you want to see, very nice. But not suitable for humans to live. That is the reason population density is very low near equator. Now you got it? Because the environmental conditions are not favorable for us. That is the reason most of the world population is away from the equator here, in the subtropical, tropical belt. That is the reason you go near equator, because of dense forest, wildlife. Humans can't inhabit that place. Only some tribes are there. You might ask, sir, what about tribes? There are tribes who live in small groups. But large population cannot be seen here. You got it? So most of them are away from the equator slightly. So you understand population distribution also. So that is then most of the equatorial regions are uninhabited. This is called as first one, rainforest biome. So this was the question asked once. In which of the following biomes we have multiple layers of forest growth, where the sunlight doesn't reach the bottom? So as a result, some plants have to creep up, epiphytes, lianas, we call it a species name, lianas. They have to creep up along the bark of the tree to reach the top to get the sunlight. So the word epiphytes also they asked. Plants which have to creep along the bark of the tree to get the sunlight. Lianas. Lianas. The particular epiphyte name, very common across this equatorial areas I have seen. So now read NCERT. There is a chapter on this. Biomes chapter is there. Again, fundamentals of physical geography, last chapter. That I am explaining now. NCERT class 11th I am explaining. So whatever I am doing is already there in the NCERT. Fundamentals of physical geography, first chapter I covered now. Biome, this one, geological time scale. Now I am doing the last chapter of that, environment. Class 11th. Okay. Okay. So I'll clear this, I'll go to next one. Only the important ones will spend more time. Rest of them will rush through because I don't think they will ask all. I'll show you my favorite animal. These are called as smiling sloth. Very slow, sedentary animal, lives on the forest. Okay, eating leaves. Smiling sloth. Found always on the tree, never comes down. Okay, so we have covered the first one here. This hot, wet equatorial climate biome. We'll see these two now, quickly. I am going like this because these are the ones which are important. Grassland, next word is grassland. So first all of you notice the forest, Amazon forest you noticed. What we had here was dense growth of plants and trees, correct? Multiple layers of forest. Why we had so much trees? Let's see now. Here because there was abundant sunlight also, temperature also, water also, moisture. All these abiotic factors are available. As a result, we have dense growth. Evergreen plants we have. Evergreen plants we had here. As you move away from these conditions, rainfall started decreasing, correct? So what happens? The plants become more or less deciduous. Deciduous plants. Whenever the rainfall decreases, moisture content decreases, soil moisture decreases, less moisture available. So then from evergreen plants become deciduous. Plants which shed leaves during one season of the time, at a time. All the plants will shed leaves at the same time, in winter or dry. That is deciduous plants. As you further go here, the rainfall decreases. Rainfall is decreasing further. Here very high rainfall. Correct, here moderate rainfall. Here rainfall is decreasing. What happens here? Now the grasses will grow here. Trees become shrubs. Shrubs, grasses, herbs will grow here. The vegetation changes. Why? Because water availability is less. Soil moisture is less. So this becomes grassland. 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 Okay, further, as you come this side, rainfall is very, very low. Very, very low. Then it only sand, deserts. Desert. So the abiotic factors, when they change, the vegetation also changes. Whenever there is abundant water, plants can grow. As a result, we have evergreen forest. Decreasing rainfall will give rise to deciduous, then grassland and desert. So we have discussed the Amazon forest, equatorial evergreen forest. So I am going to discuss grassland and then desert, like this. Okay. So evergreen rainforest receive more than 200 centimeter rainfall. Deciduous rainfall from 200 to 75 centimeter rainfall. Grassland 75 centimeter to 50 annual rainfall. Deserts less than 50. Okay. So I have written here. So in the rainforest, rainfall is more than 200 centimeter per year. Okay, annual rainfall. More than this, it can be 1000 also. But in deciduous, 200 centimeter to 75. Grassland में 75 centimeter to 50. Less than 50 is deserts, where there is no moisture. As a result, no vegetation. Grasslands are vast stretches of land with herbaceous vegetation. Grasses are basically herbs. Grasslands are large stretches of earth surface with herbaceous vegetation, small plants, grasses. Okay. Herbaceous vegetation. Herbaceous vegetation. So now you know from forest to desert how the landscape changes. Okay, now all of you know what is grassland. Grasslands are large stretches of earth surface with herbaceous vegetation. So, can I say grasslands are intermediate vegetation between desert and forest? They are intermediate between forest and desert. Okay. So I am calling this as forest. These two are forest. Deciduous forest, evergreen forest, desert. So grasslands are intermediate vegetation between desert and forest. They contain what type of vegetation? Herbaceous, means small plants, small herbs and grasses. Grasses. Okay. So now all of you got a word. Definition for grassland also you know. Okay. They are intermediate vegetation. So pay attention now. Let's complete this. Herbaceous vegetation. Intermediate. Intermediate vegetation. So in the first class I was talking about the word called ecotone. So a lot of species, two biomes next to each other. So some vegetation, let's say if you notice the transition from forest to grassland, lot of animals will come here because of resources available. Grassland species also will come here. So as a result there will be some zone of tension here between the species of the forest from the grassland species, because both will be competing for resources here. So this is ecotone. Here also desert species and grassland species will be competing for resources here. As a result, these are called as ecotone. The species which live in the edge of this, so edge species. Edge species. Okay. So remember this, edge species here. Many species can be found here. These are ecotones. Zone of tension between two biomes. This biome and that biome. that biome and that. Okay. So grasslands are two types: tropical, temperate. Tropical and temperate. Okay. Please write first. Tropical grasslands are found in 30° north to 30° south on either side of equator. 30 to 30 on either side. Whereas temperate grassland are found between 60 north to 30 north. Okay, I should have written 30 first. Okay. 30 north to 60 north. 30 south to 60 south. Tropical, temperate. Correct. So we have location wise, all of you know where they are found. Tropical grasslands are found between 30 to 30. All of you know the parallels. That is from 30 to 60, 30 to 60, north and south. Temperature here. Mean monthly temperature above 18 degrees Celsius, means average monthly temperature above 18. This was asked in exam, 2021 paper. What sets tropical and temperate regions apart? This one, 18 degrees. Mean monthly temperature. Mean means average. Monthly temperature. Mean monthly temperature above 18. Here mean monthly temperature below 18. That's the difference. Below 18. Mean monthly temperature below 18. Rainfall 75 centimeter, 250. Here also rainfall 75 centimeter, 250 centimeter. So this was asked in the exam. I'll show you the papers. So they had asked, this condition is found in which of the following biome? They'll give you 4 conditions and they'll ask, this particular condition suits which of the following? So they'll ask that kind of questions. So mean monthly temperature above 18, that is below 18. Means average monthly temperature means hot, above 18 means. Average monthly temperature is below 18 means cold, so temperate. So what sets tropical and temperate apart? Temperature. Notice rainfall is same. Rainfall availability is same. Okay. Okay. Rainfall is same. Only the temperature is the varying factor. First is clear. Abiotic factors should be clear first. Further, please continue below this. You continue in the same way. I'll go to the next page. Tropical. This side is temperate. See this is tropical grassland distribution. You notice on either side of the equator you see some patches here. This is how it looks. The tropical grasslands looks like this. Vast areas of grasses with only few trees, scattered trees here and there. You can see the acacia plant here. You can notice them. Otherwise you can see only grass, coarse grass. Okay. You can notice this place here. This is what we call as savanna. Africa. In Africa we use the word savanna. Don't write anything, just see savanna. This is all savanna here. Savanna. This is Campos, South America. Llanos, Venezuela. South America, Mato Grosso. You might have heard of all this. Remember, we have covered all this. Campos, Venezuela. Llanos, Venezuela. Campos, Brazil. Mato Grosso in South America, Brazil mein. All these are names. Okay. In India, Bunny grassland. Bunny grassland. Correct. All these are the terms used in different countries. That I'll write now. On the board I'll write. First you should know where are which grassland. In South America, Atlas, if you go, in Venezuela you'll get Llanos. In Brazil you'll get Campos, Caatingas. Mato Grosso, Grana Checo in Brazil and Argentina. Here is savanna. In India it is bunny grassland. Australia also savanna. Like this grasslands can be seen. This kind of grass. In temperate regions, see your tropical you saw, see the temperate now. Here. Temperate are close to the poles here. Remember steppe? Temperate grassland. See how the temperate grassland looks like. Vast stretches of grasses you can see. Lush green, nutritious grass. You can see some horse here grazing. Horse grazing. So nutritious grass can be seen here. Soft grass. Places like prairies in North America. Remember North America? Here. Pampas, South America, Argentina. Veld, South Africa. Australia, Southern Australia, Downs. New Zealand, rangeland. Steppes here. In World Geography class I have given all these terms. I have made you underline also. Steppes, prairies, pampas, veld, downs, Australia. Okay. All these are the temperate grasslands. So distribution you know how it looks. Now I am going to write that on the board here. I am not writing here because I am going to clear this up. So I am writing here so that in case somebody wants this PDF also, they can take. So tropical grasslands, grass characteristic, right? First, you saw the picture. Tropical grasses are tall, very tall. Some grasses have you seen the rural hinterland of Telangana, Andhra? The grasses are this height. Broom grass bolte usko. Villages what they do, they cut and they bundle it. They put some plastic rim and they sell. 50 rupees, 60 rupees they sell. Correct. These are cottage industry. There. So there is a broom we use in the house to clean. That is broom grass. Grass name is broom. BROOM. Like that, lot of grasses are there in our back in the rural areas. That itself is a business now. The labor is what? Available for us. So they have to just cut and make a bundle and sell it for 50 rupees, 100 rupees. Good money for them. So grasses are what? Very tall. Coarse grass. What is coarse means? Very thick grass. Sharp blades they have. Most of the grass in our tropical regions have sharp blades. Means if you hold the grass and pull, your hands will cut mostly. Correct? Because of the thick coarse structure. Low sucrose content is less. Means if you chew it, you will not get much of the. In villages, you might not have done it. We have done it in rural areas and all. What we do, if you don't have anything to eat, you pluck some grass and you'll be doing like this. Villages, they have done all that. Okay. In many places, people chew some grass. Okay. Very popular. In many countries, they'll pluck some plant, they start eating it. Somalia and all I have seen. Some nutritious grass are there, they eat that. That is the source of that. Low sucrose content. Less nutrients in it. Lacks nutrients. Nutrient content is very low. So as a result, low productivity. Our cattle have low productivity. Sheep, goat and all, productivity is very low. Correct? So that is tropical grassland characteristic. Places are examples, right? Llanos, Venezuela. It's pronounced as Llanos. Double L A N O S. Campos, Brazil. Mato Grosso. Brazil and Argentina. Okay, here I'll write Savannah, Africa. India, bunny grassland. Bunny means rabbit, hare in Hindi. So in the grassland we find a lot of rabbits. So the name hare or rabbit. Bunny grassland. So most popular is savanna word. So that is then tropical grasslands are called as savanna grassland. In books and all they have given this. Savanna grassland. Here temperate regions में grass characteristics are short, soft, high sucrose content, highly nutritious, rich in nutrients, high productivity. That is the reason cattle from Europe tends to produce more milk than tropical regions. High productivity. Here in our countries, you notice cattle outside, sheep, goat and all, they are malnourished. Correct, they look weak. Obviously you can't get work out of them, right? Milk, meat, leather yield is also like that. So obviously productivity will be low because they don't get much nutrients. Whereas the ones in Europe, North America, in the steppe region, they look bulky, more milk, leather, meat yield they produce. High productivity. That is the reason our cattle, what we do, we supplement their diet by giving them corn feed, napier grass. There is a grass variety called napier, correct, super napier, that we provide. Silage we provide. Our kitchen food waste, we mix it with water and we provide them. So the extra source of nutrients we are trying to add to increase their productivity. Otherwise what happens, those animals won't get proper food. That is there. So I am talking about because but here in general, correct, across the world beef is the most consumed meat around the world. Highest consumption is beef, then comes fish, then all the fish products, then comes red meat, then comes chicken. Means I am talking about the meat consumption. So tropical regions are also popular, here also it's popular, but mostly the meat from temperate regions are most popular, because prairies we have a grassland called prairies, so there large number of cattle are reared just for meat purpose. Okay, in North America places are, example, prairies, North America, Canada, US. Pampas, Argentina, South America. Veld, South Africa. Pastas, Hungary, Europe. Steppe, entire Eurasia. Which is the most popular? Steppe. So the name, steppe grassland. Temperate grasslands are called as steppes. Downs are in Australia, southern Australia. Rangeland in New Zealand. Three biomes we have completed. Equatorial, tropical biome, grassland biome, temperate grassland biome. So full length answer they are going to ask. Distinguish between tropical grassland and temperate grassland and their importance to us. So I have written that also. Productivity part, meat part, okay, leather, meat, milk. The cattle, sheep, goat rear what are the animals we rear in the grassland? All. Remember we were discussing, I will discuss this in the agriculture class also. Livestock rearing, animal husbandry, livestock population. So if you notice, we rear different types of animals to supplement our income, because agriculture is one source of income, rearing animals also other source of income. Many farmers practice both, mixed farming, that is one. Plus wherever there are grassland available, fresh pasture available, people resort for completely animal husbandry, where they rear only animals. That is the only source of income. Sheep, goat, hen, ducks, pigs, correct, cattle, donkeys are all reared. Especially cattle is reared, sheep, goat is reared for leather, wool, meat. So the animal husbandry, animal rearing, livestock rearing is a very important occupation in grasslands. Grasslands are very popular for rearing livestock. Livestock rearing, wide variety of animals are reared for milk, meat, wool, leather, correct, And even the hide of the animal means overall the pelt of the animal. Okay. Various purpose we use the animals for. Okay. Livestock rearing is a very prominent occupation in grasslands. So they will ask, distinguish between tropical and temperate grasslands and its importance. Or they'll just ask tropical grassland. If they ask tropical grassland, you write this side, one side, this full. If they ask temperate grassland, you start this side. Only one part you write. This part you write. These ones, if you are giving example also, you'll get full marks. Because climate we have mentioned, vegetation also, we have mentioned this, livestock rearing. Okay. So India is very popular for grazing also, because majority of our livestocks, when it comes to the world livestock statistics, India has the largest cattle population, sheep, goat population. As a result, we are the largest herders in the world. We export meat also. Live animals we export to other countries. As a result, India is the largest when it comes to rearing animals. And also we are the largest milk producer in the world. And milk products we export. You got it? Like butter, cheese, ghee, all that we do, sweets, variety of sweets, lassi and all. All are very popular. Very popular in Europe and Canada. As a result, we are the exporters. So whenever they ask, they include economics also. Means vegetation plus how it is affecting the economy. They'll ask that angle also. Importance, economical importance of it, they'll ask. So this temperate grassland we have covered. Tropical grassland we have covered. And we have covered the equatorial biome. Okay. See, this is done now. Next, Siberian, taiga biome. Okay. Can I say all these are continental? Continental. These three are all continental. So next one is Siberian biome, continental biome. Okay. We don't have to cover all, only important ones. Siberian biome. Taiga biome. Taiga biome. This is found only in the northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere only. So the name boreal biome. Boreal forest biome. Because this taiga forest is found only in the northern hemisphere. The word boreal means north. Not found in southern hemisphere, correct? So this biome is found only in the northern hemisphere. It's found in Europe, Eurasia and Canada. North America and Europe, Asia, it means. It's found in North America part, Canada mein. Okay. And this Eurasia, it is found in Europe and Asia. Mostly North Europe and Russia. Siberian biome. This is considered to be one of the largest biomes in the world because we have more land in the north. Notice that most of the land is in the extreme this belt only. 60-degree belt. Correct. This is found in which 60-degree north only. 60-degree north belt. On either side of 60-degree north. If you notice the world map, 60-degree north has the largest land area in the entire world. Correct? Because we have Alaska, Canada, then Europe and Russia. So we have the largest. So that is the reason Russia and Canada has the largest area-wise forest cover. Which country has the largest forest? Russia. Second is Canada. Okay. So 60-degree north. Along 60-degree north, we get what type of rainfall? Frontal precipitation, if you all remember. Frontal precipitation. Remember warm air mass, cold air mass meet. Then the warm air mass goes up causing precipitation. Warm front, cold front. Frontal precipitation we receive. As a result, rainfall is throughout the year. Throughout the means summer may it rains, winter snowfall, like that. Rainfall throughout the year. Please write. Rainfall throughout the year. Summer rain, winter snow. Means there is no dearth of moisture. Always we have moisture. So that is the wonderful part of this. Moisture availability throughout the year. Moisture available. Do you remember the Great Lakes of Canada? We were discussing lakes like Great Bear Lake, Slave Lake, Reindeer, Athabasca, Winnipeg, Winnipegosis. Those lakes are there. Means what? Rainfall is very high. Remember in Russia we were talking about Baikal Lake. North of Baikal we saw so many rivers. Ob, Yenisei, Lena, Indigirka rivers. So water is there. Abundant water here. So see the world map. You can see those rivers there. So moisture is available throughout the year. But sunlight is less. Because these are temperate slant rays. Sunlight is less. So there is only deficit. Sunlight is deficit here. So that is the reason we have temperate coniferous forest here. So vegetation we get is temperate coniferous, cone bearing plants. Gymnosperms, remember yesterday I was talking about gymnosperms, cycads, ginkgos, conifers, they grow. Temperate coniferous forest biome. So this temperate coniferous forest is what we call as taiga. Taiga. The word taiga is used for temperate coniferous forest. Like pine. Remember pine trees? Pine, deodar, willow, juniper. Those type of trees. Pine, deodar, juniper, silver fir. Okay. Willows, birch, larch. All these plants can be seen. So here what happens? It is not like our forest. In equatorial areas, rainfall is very high. Sunlight is also very high. Diversity is very high in our equator. So we have hardwood trees here. Means our trees go very slowly here. Equator may hardwood trees. Density wise very high. But here it is not like that. Here the softwood trees do not have that much density. So these trees can float in water. If you push them into the water, they will be on the surface only, floating. Correct? So softwood trees, one. Density wise very low. Fast growth. They grow fast. So these countries may what they do, Russia, Canada, people go cut. Correct? They harvest it for paper, newsprint, timber, shipbuilding and all. They use that tree. Next patch it will grow fast. So they call it lumbering. Lumbering is practiced. Lumbering is a practice of cutting trees. So they cut trees one side, they keep planting more trees on the other side. So that within few years, the forest regenerates fast. This you can't do in equator. Equator you can't do this. Okay. So as a result, lumbering is a practice of cutting trees and using trees for making paper, newsprint and other industries. That is the reason Canada is the largest producer of paper. Paper in the world now. Paper, newsprint and all they produce. No, China is there, but first is Canada. What China does, they import the newsprint and they make books and all. So that is then they also have highest industry now. But majority is Canada. Pulp they export. What Canada does is they cut the trees, make it pulp. Pulp only they export to China. So China makes paper. So they got the credit of largest producer. But it is actually China, Canada, where the pulp comes from. Okay. Lumbering is practiced here. Siberian biome, taiga biome, also called as boreal biome. So harvesting is easier here. Trees are far from one another, dense growth. Lumbering. Lumbering is a practice of cutting trees. Lumbering, I'll dictate you, right? Lumbering is a practice of cutting trees. Harvesting trees. Instead of cutting, you write harvesting trees. Lumbering is a practice of harvesting tree species. Notice this. This is a big industry. They use machineries to cut. Not teak, we are pine. In temperate regions here, these places, pine grows. Teak is our species here, tropical. Pine is temperate. See how they are cutting the trees. They are using machinery to cut, and then they pile it, put it on the truck, or either on truck or they will put it in the water like this. Because the river is flowing, the river will take the wood to the coast. Because the trees are floating, I told you, softwood trees float. River goes to the ocean, where they will put one pile, iron rod they will put. All the wood will come and stop there. So they will put it to the ship and export. So it is directly exported to countries. Lumbering. You can see this. See, softwood lumber, all this they have given. So they will allow some regeneration also, because they are cutting one side, they have to allow the plants to grow back. This kind of harvesting is easier here in these type of forest. In our type of forest, you can't even enter. And trees are scattered. Let's say one rosewood tree is here, another rosewood will be somewhere there. Means you can't go and exploit those trees easily in our forest. But here it is not like that. Same type, pine will be there for hundreds of acres. Easy to harvest. Okay. Where is this? I'll show you. This one. See, taiga, also called as boreal biome, only in the northern hemisphere. I have not shown anywhere in the southern hemisphere. See where? Alaska, Canada, mainly. Here, mainly Canada. Then you can see Europe, North Europe and Russia. Most part of the northern hemisphere. This is the largest area-wise forest. That is, then Russia has the largest forest, followed by Canada. The trees are like this, you can notice. So very tall trees with small branches, because they have to hold the winter snow. In winter, the snow takes snow cover on the trees. As a result, they have to shed the leaves, shed the snow easily. What if they have large branches? The branches will break because of the snow weight. So the trees are like this. Okay. As a result, the snow can easily come down. Small branches. As a result, easy to harvest also. Okay. Leaves will be like needle-like leaves. They'll be. Our trees, you notice, large leaves will be there. Broad leaves forest, ours. These leaves are very small. Okay. So remember the taiga forest. See, in summer, winter, you can notice how it looks. See how it looks in winter. Okay. So mostly covering the northern part. Remember, I was talking about bear, brown bear, fox, wolf, and all will be there in this. But not as diverse as ours. Correct. Our forest is very diverse. I was telling you. In 1 square meter of Amazon forest, you will get a lot of species you get. Biomass is very high. Biodiversity is very high near equator. As we go towards poles, biodiversity and biomass slowly decrease. Here we have more biomass also, biodiversity also. As we go towards the poles, what happens? Biomass, biodiversity start declining. So finally, tundra and polar. So notice that image. This is tundra. Where? Arctic tundra here. And Antarctica. It looks like this. Winter, it will be covered with snow. As summer begins, the snow will melt. We can see some lichens growing here. This patch is lichen lichens and mosses will grow like this. This kind of marshy conditions will be there in summer. Again, next, as the winter comes, all this will be covered with snow again. So this is tundra. Tundra doesn't have much vegetation. Notice only mosses, lichens and small plants will grow, flowering plants, only in summer. Rest of the time it is always under snow. Where is this? Above Arctic Circle. Notice Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north, towards poles. Okay, it will be always like this in summer. Winter may snow. Okay, so this one, notice this. Clear na? So please mark that. Greenland, part shoreline, you can see. Greenland, Iceland, Canada, coast here, Alaska. You can see Norway, Sweden, Russia. Complete this, please. Tundra. We'll complete this and the polar biome and stop. What is the time? Almost. Which one? Obviously, all this ice will melt now. So as a result, earlier all this used to be under snow. Now all the ice will melt. As a result, global warming has both the impact, positive impact, negative impact. What is positive impact? Throughout the year, the land will be available for cultivation. Correct. So as a result, so vegetation will change now. Because of sunlight available, no ice will be there. Obviously, gradually, so new vegetation might adapt to this. The plants become more or less permanent. Now they are temporary in nature. Because every winter, snow will occur. As a result, plants can't grow. These areas are the ones which are permafrost. Remember permafrost? Permafrost, permanently frozen subsoil are found here only. Russia, Siberia region and all, we have this ice formation always. Moisture, soil moisture, groundwater is always frozen like this. And this is going to melt now, global warming ke wajah se. Notice this soil, you can see some grasses, mosses growing here. You notice this. Soil moisture is frozen. Permafrost. Okay. In these areas, what happens? The groundwater is frozen, moisture is frozen. So plants can't grow now because the roots have to go deep. When the roots go, they'll freeze and die. Since roots can't penetrate, plants also are not tall. When does the tree grow taller? When the roots can get embedded into the soil well, nutrients they can get well. Then only the tree can grow. Otherwise, they can't. So as a result, permafrost is stopping them from growing. If this melts, they can grow. There is a positive impact. Negative impact is what? Sea level rise. Correct. All this water will go into the sea. Our coastal areas will get submerged. Okay. So remember this. This is tundra region and all. This is how it looks. Normally mosquitoes are not there in Iceland, but now due to global warming, now parts of Iceland are now seeing the mosquitoes now. New mosquito population emerging. That is there. That is not positive, na? That is kind of negative only, indirectly. So see tundra now. Tundra biome. Right, first we'll finish this. There is nothing to write here actually, so only notice this how it looks. Tundra. Close to the Arctic Circle and above Arctic, close to the Arctic Circle and above Arctic Circle towards poles. Here also, Antarctica also. Okay, near Antarctica. We have tundra biome. Here, 60 to 66. Please write. Tundra biome. Last one. Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. Tundra biome can be noticed. Winter, these areas are covered with snow covered. Summer, marshy. Means like snow melts, waterlogging will be there. That means in summer May, the snow will melt. Notice this please, all of you. In summer in winter what is happening? The surface is covered with snow. In summer the same snow will melt. Here. Kind of a marshy conditions will be there. So small plants might grow here. Will grow here. Because of that. Because of the water on the surface. You might ask, sir, why is water not going down? Percolation, why is it absent? Permafrost is there, ice is there below. The soil pores are always closed with ice. As a result, water can't percolate. Correct. Here also we have ice layer. Permafrost is there. Here. Permafrost. That prevents the water from percolating. Because soil pore spaces are blocked. So this prevents the growth of large plants. Accretion is when everything comes together. During continental folding, what happens when the two plates collide? Sediments get compressed. So all the sediments which are stretched, slowly they come closer. Accretion. Accretion is when the sand is like this. Let's say, stretched across. When compression occurs, what happens to this sand? All of them will fold up now, like this. That is called as accretion. Folding is accretion. The term is used in plate tectonics class. I have used this word, accretionary wedge, accretion. So vegetation wise absent. We don't have much vegetation. Only some animals will be there. Remember I was showing you hair, Arctic hair. In snow it will be one color. In summer it becomes another color. Arctic fox, Arctic hare. Those animals will be there here. There is a bird called Arctic tern. Okay, very popular bird. Arctic tern. This bird is mostly inhabits the polar regions. When it is warm, it will live here. Because in polar regions what happens, 6 months it becomes very cold. 6 months it becomes completely warm. Correct. So please wait for a few more minutes. Okay. So almost time, but so Arctic region, what happens when the sun is in the northern hemisphere, it will be a bit warm. So these birds will be there, nesting on the ground and all. When winter sets in, it becomes cold, dark. These birds fly to Antarctica. This is the longest flying birds. From Arctic to Antarctic they come. They will remain here for few months. Then again Antarctica becomes dark, cold, they fly back. These are the longest migratory birds. Arctic tern. Okay. Longest migratory species we have. TERN. TERN. Arctic tern. Okay. So these birds are known to fly from pole to pole. Longest migratory. Why do they do that? To find a suitable habitat, warmer habitat, conducive to their growth. Okay. Okay. Further poles we have frost, that is cold desert. See, polar extreme poles are cold desert. Arctic, Antarctic, Himalayas are all called as cold deserts, where everything is frozen, ice throughout the year. Okay, in the form of glaciers throughout the year. That is Antarctica, Greenland, Arctic region, are always under snow. Plus Himalayas, mountains, Alps, Rockies, Andes, all these mountains are always under snow cover. They are all called as cold deserts, where most of the time there will be sub-zero temperature, completely frozen. Cryosphere, I have used the word cryosphere. Cold regions which experience sub-zero temperature, cryosphere. Okay, so here we have completely different type of, no vegetation but no grasses also, completely ice. Not even a single tree we have in Antarctica. I was telling you, Antarctica is called as cold continent, white continent, because it's completely glaciated. Okay. So please remember, those are called as cold desert. No plants, no trees, but we have herbivores and carnivores living here. Okay, some animals like polar bear here, penguins here, correct. We have seal lion, walrus, those habitat, those aquatic organisms living here in the polar region. So what we have done now, we have covered one set of biomes. We have covered these like this. So in the next class I'll be covering this and then this. Okay, another 1 hour we can finish off all this. So that is we are going to do tomorrow anyhow, don't worry. Okay, so tomorrow's class this will be over, but the ones that are important for the exam I have covered here. Okay, this and this also important, we'll cover that tomorrow. And anyhow we are going to discuss Indian vegetation after this class, so this will be covered. Okay, so have I completed Koppen's climatic classification for both the batch? Both the batch? Okay, read that and come. Koppen's climatic classification mein, remember I have given the word AF for this. Hot, A is megatherm, A is rainfall throughout the year. This. If you all remember Koppen's climatic classification, I can write that also. Easy, correct. AM, monsoon biome. AM, monsoon biome. We have done this, correct. So hot desert, remember we have given the letter B. B, W, H, BWH, BWK, BWK. Grassland, BSH, BSK. H is mean monthly temperature above 18, mean monthly temperature below 18, K. S is semi-arid, savanna, steppe. W is arid. So you check Koppen's classification and come tomorrow. I'll cover this. I'll add that also into the topic. Then it will be very nice. Question they are asking like this, integrating. So Mediterranean type of climate, winter rain, CS. CS. Okay, like that I can mention. This BSK, this one here. Okay. British type. This is DF. This is DS and DW. Sorry, we can write DW here. This is ET. This is EF. Tundra. Ecistotherms. Good. Ecistotherms. ET and EF. Okay. Like this, we can mention all the types of biomes one by one. Don't worry about this. Tomorrow we'll cover. Tomorrow I'll repeat. And bring the atlas. Whoever has not bring the atlas today, so please bring it tomorrow onwards, compulsory. After this biomes, I am going to cover natural vegetation in India. Okay. Tomorrow, this topic I'll finish. If time permits, I'll go to natural vegetation in India, different types of vegetation in India also. Regions with distinct climate, that's the first word. Keyword is climate, to which various flora and fauna are associated. Very easy word. Biomes are associated with climate. Every place on earth has a different climate. Okay, so that means what? The biomes word is used for terrestrial ecosystems, not for aquatic ecosystem, because aquatic ecosystem, so we have vast oceans around, so they have maritime influence on the coastal area. Apart from that, the organisms have their own way of adaptation to the water. So as a result, the word biome applies to land-based ecosystems, mostly land-based ecosystems. So definite climate to which various flora and fauna, plants and animals have acclimatized or adapted. That word is called as biome. So that is clear. Part is clear. So if we divide the entire world into different biomes, starting from equator, we can create this continent, hypothetical continent, where all the places on either side of equator, 5 degree north and south of equator, we have hot, wet climate. Here the temperatures are high, humidity is high, hot, wet, equatorial climate, equatorial biome. We have rainforest biome here, evergreen rainforest biome, the first one. Okay. Then as we go toward the polar region here, polar regions are extremely cold, let's say 60 degree. This is 66.5. Arctic Circle. So this region we have tundra. This is the tundra belt. Tundra biome. Further is polar, completely frozen. I call it as frost. Okay. These two are polar. Which one? Taiga comes here. That is next zone. If I divide this further, see, like this. So if this is a continent, the western side of the continent, let's say this is 30° north, this is 45° north. This western side of the continent, because of the cold current, cold ocean current, we have a desert, correct? You should be able to write now without seeing this hot desert biome. Okay, remember associated landforms also we have covered, desert landforms, Aeolian landforms, correct, glacial landforms, like that. So you should be able to understand Aeolian landforms here we have discussed. Like that you have to understand various landforms also we have discussed. Then as you come here, you can see away from the equator, rainfall decreases. Evergreen forest will give rise to deciduous and grassland. Grassland. So the two, savanna. In your books, they have given us Sudan type. Sudan type. Tropical grassland. Okay. So this side is monsoon because of the monsoon winds, seasonal winds. Monsoon biome. India is in this biome. Because every year the southeast winds cross equator become southwest during monsoon. So this is monsoon biome. Okay, please remember. So to the eastern part, South Asia, Southeast Asia and all receives monsoon winds. So those parts will become monsoon biome. If you consider this as Asia, Africa and Europe, so you can apply this to this part. If not, is Sahara desert here. Up to Arabian Peninsula we have desert. Then we have some grasslands also. Remember Bani grassland, Gujarat, Rajasthan belt. Then further this side is monsoon. Most of India, Southeast Asia, China and all monsoon, South China. Okay. Then we come to from tropical, we come to warm temperate. Warm temperate. Warm temperate. So here what happens? The western sides of the continent we get winter rainfall. So Mediterranean type of climate. Mediterranean type of biome. Cool moist winters. Summer are dry. Winter rainfall. These places receive winter rainfall because of the westerly winds. So I'll write all that now. So this is one. Further this side is temperate grassland. Temperate grassland called steppes, prairies and all. Steppe type biome. Temperate grassland biome. Remember last class we had covered this. And then when you come this side, China type, temperate monsoon. Because these areas also will receive rainfall during summer. So temperate monsoon biome. We mentioned three countries. China type, Gulf because of Gulf of Mexico. Then Natal type. Natal is placed in South Africa. Okay, in the eastern margins of the continent. These are all eastern margin. These are all western margin. This center is continental. And further north is taiga. This is taiga. Taiga biome. Also called as Siberian biome. Siberian biome. Okay. Taiga biome. This side is this Laurentian biome. Eastern Canada. Correct. Eastern Canada and Siberia, North Korea, North Japan and all this Laurentian. This side is British type. Because this side is Great Britain. Western Europe is Great Britain, so British type of biome. Or in Canada, British Columbia. There is a place called British Columbia. So the name British type. Like this, easy. If you remember this box. One of the questions they asked. So steppe type biome is surrounded by which of the following biomes? In the north, taiga. South, tropical savanna. To the east, we have monsoon, temperate monsoon, China type. To the west, Mediterranean type biome. See the question they are asking? Image based question, map based question they are asking, biome based question they are asking. So one biome they will give, they will ask neighboring biomes also. Okay. So this is a very popular topic in the exam. Many questions have come from this. So this is cool temperate. cool temperate. Okay, so last class I was writing on the board, now also I'll do, plus I'll show you some images. That way we can quickly cover this. Okay, so this diagram is clear. So see the atlas now. Locate Great Britain, locate Siberian part, Laurentian and all. I told you which part we have to see. From prime meridian to international dateline. From Europe to international dateline, this side. This side Atlantic Ocean, this side Pacific Ocean, Arctic, Indian Ocean. You consider. You consider that box. You'll get to know all the climates. See, this is equator. This is prime meridian, 0 degree GMT. This one, this line. This is equator here, 0 degree parallel. Notice this box. I want you to see this box now. What do you see near equator? Rainforest here. Here also, here also. Near equator we get hot, wet, evergreen forest. See, we got that near equator. So now slightly move up. Here, grassland. You got savanna, savanna grassland. Here also savanna grassland. See, grassland. India also we have grassland. Here also we have grassland. Because most of the interior India or Telangana, Hyderabad, Karnataka are all semi-arid. We don't get much rain. So we have grassland here. Okay. So that also continues till Madhya Pradesh, the grassland. Further, you can see desert. Here also, desert. Desert. The first line is clear. Then we get monsoon winds. Monsoon like this. Southeast Asia, South China, India we receive monsoon. Monsoon in June to September. Because ITCZ shifts here, the low pressure, it attracts the winds from high pressure, causing monsoon. So monsoon biome is in the eastern side of the continents. You saw the first three boxes above equator. First three boxes are clear. Desert, grassland and monsoon biome. Further you come here, Mediterranean Sea, Mediterranean biome here. See, this is Mediterranean biome. Then we get here steppe grassland, correct? Steppe grassland. Then this is China type here. See that tree again. Next three boxes clear. Then further you go north, Laurentian biome. This is all Laurentian biome. This is all Siberian biome here. Taiga. Okay. Then this side is British type. See, Britain, Great Britain, Europe. British type. Then this is Arctic. This part is Arctic. Tundra and frost. Then, so perfectly you can place that. Since continents have different shape, you are not getting that box-like feeling, that's it. So what we have done, using this model, this is a model, biome model. The diagram is a model for biome, which helps us to simplify this topic. Models are representation of reality. What exactly things are, to simplify that we have written that. Okay, model of the biomes, that chapter, heading of the diagram. It's a very easy topic, if you know this. See, what I have done is, I have typed it now, this time. Last time I was writing this, remember? Most of you already have written. All this last, I told you, lungs of the earth, carbon sinks of the earth, rainforest biome, hot wet biome, this one. Names, Amazon, Central America region, Congo, all this I have mentioned. Abundant insolation, sunlight, no problem. Temperature, check your notes, 25 to 30 degrees Celsius here. It will be humid. Temperature, rainfall is more than 200 centimeter. Okay, then what type of rainfall? Convectional. Heavy rainfall areas will have what type of soil? Laterite soil. Remember I was telling you Western Ghats, Meghalaya has what type of soil? Laterite soil. Why? Lot of leaching takes place. Minerals and all will get dissolved. Only iron alumina is left. So that one, that type of soil. So where it is found? 5 degree north and south. Across these places. Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Africa, South America. In South America we have 10 to 10. Here, 10 degree to 10 degree. Okay. South America, Amazon. Africa, Congo. Names. Indonesia, we have the name. Indonesian, we have specific name. Sumatra and Borneo. Remember the islands? Borneo rainforest, Sumatra rainforest. In Papua New Guinea, Guinea rainforest. So like this we have rainforest names. So this is a climograph I am talking about. Climograph is a graph showing temperature and rainfall. Temperature is shown as a line graph. Rainfall is shown as a bar graph. It's a kind of a combo map which uses both the datas. Temperature is also shown. Rainfall is also shown. So in UPSC, they are giving this kind of data. Temperature of all the 12 months, January, February to December, 12 months. Rainfall data they are giving. You have to tell which biome it is. So it is like they are giving in the form of list. Temperature one side, rainfall one side. In exam, you have to imagine this graph and then answer that question. That is a challenge. You notice that near equator. So this is a place, Singapore. Singapore is the place close to equator here. Singapore is close to equator. So Singapore ka we have taken the climograph. So you notice that throughout the year it has received rainfall. Almost rainfall is like nearly in mm I think they have given. You notice 500 to 600 mm they have received. Throughout the year rainfall. Temperature also almost 20 to 30 in that range only. More or less same temperature every month. Correct. That we don't experience here. Correct. 1 month high, 1 month low. Every month we have different temperatures here. Because we are away from equator. So equatorial areas almost 25 to 30 range only they'll experience. Rainfall always very high. Okay. So like this. Already I told you what type of forest we have. Multiple layers of forest we have. Why? Because of availability of sunlight, warm temperature, rainfall. All abiotic factors are favorable for the plant growth. So biomass is very high. Biodiversity is very high. So we have ground layer, understory, canopy, emergent. So plants will be competing for sunlight. So they will be growing taller because they are close to each other. So they have to taller to get the sunlight. The same concept we follow in Miyawaki forest. Miyawaki forest is a method of urban forest. It was given by a Japanese ecologist. In Miyawaki forest, what happened? We grow the native plants close to each other. What happens when you place the plants close to each other? The plants start competing for sunlight, competing for space. So they tend to grow taller. So quickly plants will attain good height. If you give them space, they will bulk up. They grow laterally. If you place them very close, what happens? The plants tend to grow taller. So this was suggested for urban areas because urban areas don't have space. So Miyawaki forest became very popular for urban areas because urban areas lack open space. So this was the Japanese idea, to grow forest in small spaces. Within your garden also you can do that in limited space. Okay. So same, placing the plants closer. We'll come to that. We'll discuss different countries' technology. So this is new methods and all we'll discuss. First is this clear. So notice this is how it looks. The rainforest. Always raining, clouds, mist. We can see rainfall. Near equator we don't experience any seasons, I told you, because we receive insolation throughout the year. So this is clear. Next is savanna biome. This also we have covered. I told you grassland biome, basically. So temperature more than 18, mean monthly temperature. Rainfall 75 to 50 centimeter. Notice this, 30 to 30. 30 degree north, this belt. Here. From 30 degree to 30 degree here. In this belt only we have. Except near equator. I told you already the grasses are tall, coarse, sharp blades, low sucrose content. As a result, animal productivity is very low. Where are these found? Savanna in Africa and North Australia. See, North Australia also a little bit. North Australia. Africa. Then Campos in Brazil. Matagrasso in Brazil, Paraguay. Llanos in Venezuela. Granachaco in northern Argentina. Different things already I have given this in the notes. I am also writing that here. Bunny grassland in India to Afghanistan. Even Balochistan also. We have this grassland. Bunny grassland. Okay. So this is all. See how it looks. Here. This is central India to South India. This is our part. Semi-arid part of India. This is also called as savanna only here. Only in Gujarat, this belt, we call it as bunny. Gujarat, Rajasthan to west, we call it as bunny grassland. What we have in South India also, we call it as savanna only. because of Telangana, Hyderabad, Karnataka, Rayalaseema, Marathwada, parts of Marathwada, Vidarbha are all kind of semi-arid. They also we have some grasslands. Okay, so these areas, you know how the situation is. Climograph, you notice, climograph. We'll take a place called Kano. In northern Nigeria, there is a place called Kano. You notice that January no rainfall, February no rainfall, March also no, April slight rainfall. Then you can see May, June, July, August, it has increased, rainfall has increased. And it has come down again. October, November, December, no rainfall. Correct, rainfall is not very high. See the temperature graph, temperature, this is temperature. The climograph always shows temperature in line graph, rainfall in bar graph. Okay. So different places, rainfall is not very high, very less. In equatorial biome you saw, rainfall was high throughout. Temperature also varying. Here you can notice how it is varying. So this place called Gulbarga, North Karnataka, that is also kind of semi-arid grassland area. Correct. Close to this Hyderabad Karnataka belt, close to Telangana only. So you can notice the rainfall is slightly high during the monsoon period. Rest of the time no rainfall. Temperature you can see fluctuating between 25 to 40 throughout the year. Okay. So like this you can see the climographs. Once you see this, you can easily answer the questions. You should get a feel of it now. That's it. Next we covered temperate grassland. All this I am giving revision. Already we have done. Since it was not recorded, I am giving the revision. Okay. So again, temperate grasslands are also called as steppes type. This is found between 30 to 60 towards north. See, 30 to 60. Here, see, this is 30, this is 60. This is 30, this is 60. See, 30 to 60, 30 to 60. All of you got it? So they are found in 30 to 60 belt. Yes. Mean monthly temperature less than 18. Rainfall 75 to 50. Grasses are short, soft, high in sucrose, nutritious. So they are found in various countries. You can see how it looks. Okay. So notice steppes in Eurasia, veld in South Africa, prairies in North America, downs in Australia, pampas in South America, Argentina, pastas in Hungary. Names I also have given. So this you remember, match the following question they'll ask. Here. Okay. One question they might ask, or I'll mention that here. So you also update that in your notes. Steppes are famous for wheat cultivation. Wheat. Veld is famous for maize cultivation. Maize means corn. Corn. Very popular. This two over. Prairies also famous for wheat. Also famous for cattle ranching. Large cattle ranches can be found here. Plus wheat. Wheat cultivation and cattle ranches. Downs in Australia. Sheep. Australia is very famous for sheep. There is a variety of sheep called merino sheep. They get very good quality wool that is used in making sweaters. Okay, so we import this wool, use our wool, mix it with them, and then we make sweaters. Most of the sweaters we make in India are blend of Indian wool, Australian wool. Okay, but Australian quality of the wool is very good. Okay, so Downs, Australia is famous for sheep rearing. Pampas are famous for cattle. Again, cattle, sheep rearing. Which place is famous for what? They might ask. So different places, people have different occupation. So there are different types of animals for their livelihood. See the climograph now. Here you can see rainfall also almost throughout the year. Because this belt is close to the frontal precipitation, close to that area. So it receives some rainfall. Remember now these areas are the places where warm air mass, cold air mass meet. Slightly moderate rainfall they are receiving. And see the temperature. Winter temperatures are low. Summer temperatures are high. Okay, see the graph. So steppe grassland receives rainfall, but high rainfall during the mid of the year, April, May, June, July, August. So please mention this in your notes, add it to the notes. It's almost done. Whatever we are supposed to revise, we have done. Okay? This is again climograph of steppes. Different places, how it looks, you notice. Almost all the places have received rainfall throughout the year. Rainfall throughout the year. Temperature increases in June, July, August, because June is summer, northern hemisphere. In northern hemisphere, June is summer, you can see. So temperature is high. So this kind of climograph, if they ask, you should be able to answer. Next is desert. I think this was what we were doing last class. Hot desert biome. Check your notes, please. So I told you, deserts are found in the subtropical belt, in the western margins of the continent. Check your notes. Have we done this? Okay, then you write now. Equator. The deserts are found in the subtropical belt. Notice this subtropical belt. Found in the subtropical belt, in the western margin of the continents. In the western margin of the continents, because of the cold currents. I told you, this area, western part, cold current are there. Let's say, remember, we have cold current called Peruchili, Humboldt current here. Here, California current. Remember, all of you? Here. This is Canary current, Beniguela current here. Beniguela. Here, West Australia current. Do you all remember the current? West Australia current, Beniguela current. This is Canary current. This is Peruchili, Humboldt. If you have doubt, you can see your atlas. We have a map, ocean current map. California current. Different cold currents we have. In your atlas also, there is an image, ocean current image. Turn the page after world map. After 3 pages, you will get ocean currents. I remember because we have, here, see, 108, here, Canary current, West Australia current, Beniguela current, Peruchili, Humboldt, California, ocean current class. I know many of you are not revising. Oh, where is the atlas? Oh, this is consistently, one day you don't bring, fine. Second day, this is 6th class. Correct, na? 6th, class 6. I am telling you consistently, I am telling you, please bring atlas, please bring atlas. So, cold currents we have. Because of that only, temperatures are low. Water temperature, I am talking about. When the water temperatures are low, no evaporation. No evaporation, dry air. So, desert. We have 2 types of desert mentioned here in the screen. Hot desert, temperate deserts also. See? Temperate desert like Gobi, Karakum, Kizilkum, Taklamakan desert. Old geography class here. These are the deserts here. Write down now. This is clear, this is clear. Their deserts are found in the western margin. This is also clear. Temperatures, I told you, very high temperature. Day temperatures are high, night temperature is low. Why? Because surface area is very high, deserts like this. During the day, sand heats up, temperature increases. At night, all the heat will be lost. So earth will cool, temperatures will come down. Day temperature is 45, night temperature is 15. Can you imagine what will happen to your body if you are living there? Day mein you are experiencing, your body is experiencing 45-50. Night ko temperatures are dropping to 15. So sudden fluctuation of that kind of temperature is not good. So desert species have to adapt to that. We anyhow we have that razai. Night mein they will wear razai, kambal and all, they'll sleep. During the day they wear white and white shirt. Just, you've seen people in Rajasthan to ward off the heat. Okay, so that's how they dress up during the day. Night mein they use the kambal to protect themselves from cold, like that. You were asking something? No, desert, hot desert include only hot. Temperate. Gobi is temperate desert. Why is Gobi desert? That is a question here. Gobi is a desert because it is very far from the water body. See, it is continental, very far from the coast. One plus, by the time winds come here, they will be dry winds. So they are not called as cold desert. Cold desert is this. Greenland is cold desert. Antarctica is cold desert. Alps, Himalayas are cold desert. Okay, these Gobi is called as temperate deserts because they are in a temperate region. Temperate deserts have characteristic of what? One, continental type. They are very far from the water bodies. One. Second, by the time winds come here, they are dry. You notice Gobi desert and all, they are surrounded by mountains. In Asia class I have shown you, Gobi is surrounded by so many mountains around. So they will come in the leeward side of the mountains. All of you know rain shadow? They are rain shadow deserts basically. So most of the deserts form because they are in the leeward sides of the mountains. You see Asia map, I will show you Gobi and surrounded by so many mountains. Asia 70 I think page number. Here. See this Gobi. See this is Gobi. Taklamakan also. You can see Kunlun Shan here, Tain Shan here, Kobdu Plateau, Sayan mountains. See surrounded by mountains here. So interior. It is almost interior. Gobi and all is surrounded by mountains. 70 page number they have given. Here. See, Gobi desert, Taklamakan desert and all. Correct. See here mountains here. This is also mountains here. Mountains here. Surrounded by mountains. And very far from the coast. Very far from the coastal areas. You notice here also. Taklamakan, Caspian Sea. Here also they have desert. Karakum, Kizilkum desert. This also. That is our tropical. If the deserts are in tropical desert. Temperate desert. So deserts normally form in the subtropical belt, in the western margins of the continent because of the cold current. Also because of leeward sides of the mountains. Okay. So notice the climograph. You notice this for Sahara desert. Climograph of Sahara desert. See rainfall is very less. You notice rainfall is 5 mm. Very less. This is. Throughout the year you notice it has received rain. Deserts receive very less rain. You can notice. But temperatures are high. See temperature reaching 45, 50 and all here. And always above 30 only. Notice temperatures are always 30 and above. You notice how it is. One side temperature they have given, other side rainfall they have given. Rainfall is very low. So soil moisture is low. So desert. No vegetation. Wherever some groundwater is there, you can see some palm tree. Oasis, if it is present, we will see some plants. Most of the vegetation type are what? Xerophytes. Aride soils. Soil is desert soil. Aride soil. Grasses, cactus, succulents will grow. Only few animals will be there. Adapted to desert. Like camels will be there. Desert fox will be there. Okay, some reptiles like snakes, desert lizards will be there. So they will survive. So hot desert biome. Names of the deserts, you notice. Mojave, Sonoran, here, California, US. Atacama, here, Chile. Sahara, Kalahari, Namib, in Africa. Here you can see Arabian deserts, so many deserts, up to Thar. Then Australia, Victoria. While doing World Geography class, I have given you more deserts. Victoria, Sandy, Simpson, Gibson, Tanami Desert, Bolke. Here on the board I mentioned only big names. Okay. So this is easy. Hot desert biome. This part is clear now. Hot desert. So we have covered grasslands and this. Next. Can I go to next page? Right. You will get the PDF. You can take this. Anyhow. I'll show you one quick question. Please wait. Can I clear? See weightage and all they are given. In the previous year, how many questions came? which part of environment they have asked more questions and all, they have given the statistics part, which shows previous year also, year wise, what like bar graph they have given to show the weightage, different topics, how much weightage we had within environment. Within environment, you can see environment ecology, what we are doing is environment ecology. Then biodiversity of India, they have been asked most of the questions. Then related to other topics, number of questions have come down. But you never know, they might ask this, they might decrease that. Like this, you can see the questions. We'll answer this one by one, but I want you to notice, see, rainforest, marine phytoplankton, well oxygenated surface water. See, at least you are able to understand now, okay, what is they're saying, marine phytoplankton. Now you know, at least phytoplanktons we have used in the class. Rainforest. Okay, like this statement based question they are giving. See, here, beetles, centipedes, flies, termites, wasp. They are giving some insects, arthropods they are mentioning, basically. They are all arthropods basically in one. So they are asking, so parasitoids means which are parasites? Ectoparasite, endoparasites. Ectoparasite, if you have read my PDF yesterday's, day before yesterday's, ectoparasites, endoparasites, I have given the list. Ectoparasites are those parasites which, you know, act as parasite on the surface. Endoparasites go inside. Okay, they are asking that. So I'll show you my question. Where is that topic that I am discussing now? See, they are asking animals also. That is the reason I'm talking about, not talking about India. They are not asking India at all in the question. You notice that? Why am I going in this depth? Because they are not talking about Indian animals at all. Indri in Brazil, elk in Indonesia, Madagascar, bonobo, they are asking. None of you heard of these animals. That's what. And that is a question for them. And they are asking which of them is correctly matched. You can't even understand which animal is this. How will you answer that question? So if you are thinking that why we are seeing different countries' animals also, this kind of question they are asking. So all this will come in which topic? If you ask me, I'll tell you. In red data list, red data book. They are picking up from that. IUCN red data book say, endangered animals, these are all endangered. Critically endangered in their habitat. So they are asking that. We'll come to that. See, lions do not have particular breeding season and all they are asking. So they are talking about behavioral and environmental ecology depth they are asking. See, butterflies, fish, frogs. How many of the above have poisonous species among them? Now you already have gone through the questions. See, some mushrooms have medicinal properties. Some mushrooms have psychoactive properties. Like this they are giving. Some mushrooms have insecticidal properties. Some mushrooms have bioluminescent property. Bioluminescence we'll discuss, separate topic. Okay. See, like lot of questions are being asked. If rainforest and tropical forest are lungs of the earth, then surely wetland functions as its kidneys. I had used this statement somewhere. Wetlands are the kidneys of the earth. In geography statement I had made. Rainforests are called as lungs, wetlands are called as its kidneys. Like that they are asking why they are called as wetlands. Because they are capable of, no, not this one. This one. Aquatic plant absorb heavy metals, excess nutrients. So as a result, the questions are in that level now. See, they are asking about archaea, bacteria and all they are asking about. This we are yet to cover, biochemical cycles. See, which of the following are detritivores? Earthworms, jellyfish, millipedes, sea horses, woodlice. Detritivores are those organisms which decompose the dead organic matter. Okay, so you should be able to answer this. We'll come to this. See, at least now you know cnidarians, fungi, protozoa. Correct? So at least we have used this in the class. So as a result, they are asking this. For example, which of the above species are capable of symbiotic relationship with others? Cnidarians are nothing but Coelenterata, coral polyps. Yes, they are capable of. I was giving you zooxanthellae and coral polyp, one example that we are giving. So even this sea anemones and all we have discussed. Fungi also with algae they become lichens. Protozoa I don't think they will be capable of. So as a result, I think 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Let me see. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Protozoa, I think, in what way? See, this is a difficult question. So we need to have more examples, then only we will be able to answer. Do you all remember Grand Bank, fishing banks? When the warm current and cold currents meet. Do you all remember that class, ocean currents? I was telling you, warm current, cold currents meet. Fishing zone is formed. We had discussed all the fishing zones of the world. So here we have one fishing zone called Grand Bank. So if you all remember that topic, here, warm current meets the cold current, and there is a fishing bank called Grand Bank here. Grand Bank here. Okay, here also. Kuroshio, Oyashio will meet. Here is another fishing bank, Japanese fishing bank. Japanese fishing bank. So fishing is also very popular occupation here. I remember this class, ocean currents. I was telling you, warm current, cold current, how fishing zones are formed. That is very popular. Apart from lumbering, cutting trees, fishing is other major occupation. Laurentian biome. This is not found in southern hemisphere, only in northern hemisphere. Can I clear this? Okay. Last one, British type. Let's see the picture also, so that see, this is how it looks. North Japan. Trees are like this. You can see this picture, how it looks. This is North Japan, Hokkaido province, island called Hokkaido province or Hokkaido state or Hokkaido island in northern Japan. See how the trees are, all of them have turned yellow, orange in autumn. So this is how it looks, Laurentian biome in autumn season. This is Japan, Honshu island. You can see Mount Fuji, Japan. See the color of the leaves and all. So the entire country get transformed into this red orange color with leaves falling. Okay, you'll be walking down the road, so it looks very beautiful. You'll see a lot of pictures. This is the one I was talking about. This is a street in Japan. It looks like this. In Fukushima, north of Fukushima, entire winter it will be like this. From October, November, December, it will be like this. So last one, British type. British type biome. This is what? Cool temperate, west margin type. Hope all of you are able to understand west margin. See here, west margin, cool temperate. The third box in the top, cool temperate west margin. 45 degree to 60. 45 to 60 north, 45 to 60 south. You can see it is more in northern hemisphere, less in southern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere not much land. Land is less. So only in New Zealand, Tasmania, island called Tasmania, then Chile. Only in some places we have British type. Here is Canada, British Columbia, Canada. There is a province called British Columbia in Canada. Here, this is anyhow you know West Europe, Great Britain. So the name British type. It is popularly called as British type. So this is kind of a deciduous plants. All these plants shed leaves in winter. Okay, they will also turn orange red in winter, then they shed leaves. In dry season, plants shed leaves. So the word deciduous. Plants which shed leaves in dry season are called as deciduous. Since it is close to the water body, maritime influence is there here also. Influenced by the water bodies, maritime influence. Rainfall throughout the year. But winter is bit dry. So throughout the year it will be like cool, moist. Frontal precipitation. What type of precipitation? Frontal. Remember frontal, Warm air mass, cold air mass meet. This is where they meet. Warm and cold. Warm and cold. As a result, we get rainfall always. Remember, I was talking about a topic called temperate cyclones. Temperate cyclones occur throughout the year because warm air mass, cold air mass keep meeting. Every day, warm front, cold front will form. That one. This here. Always frontal precipitation takes place. So in summer, we have green, lush green. Winter, yellow. Autumn, then shed leaves. All the plants will shed leaves. You can notice London's climograph. Notice how it looks. Temperature close to 0. Then summer temperature increases to 20. You can see 20. Maximum temperature. Then comes down. Rainfall almost throughout the year. That is the reason in these places you never know when it rains. Frontal precipitation is highly unpredictable. Outside you notice it will be sunny. You will think, oh, today it's not going to rain. You start going out. Suddenly it will start raining. So that is when everybody is blaming London. London is the worst weather. London, Scotland and all. So your weather is kind of unpredictable. As a result, you have to carry umbrella every day. So that it becomes part of their attire. That is the reason you notice Bond movies and all, they show with umbrella always. Okay. So this region, rainfall is highly unpredictable. So it's kind of vegetation is deciduous. So temperate deciduous forest also they call it as. Again DFB. Cool region, temperate region D. Cool temperate. F is no dry season. B is warm. So popular trees are oak, elm, birch are very popular here. You remember these three. Oak, elm and birch are very popular trees of British biome. So we have covered all the biomes of the world. This is kind of a headache topic. Now, if they have to set one question, they can set a question on vegetation. Biomes one side, plant trees on the other side. Okay, equatorial biome, Laurentian biome, Siberian biome, and we can take British type. Mahogany, ebony, rosewood. Which of the following are correctly matched? Equatorial, you can see rosewood, mahogany, ebony. Laurentian type, maple, silver fir. Okay. Siberian, pine, deodar, willow. British type, oak, elm, birch. Like this, they can ask one match the following question on vegetation. Like the one we saw in the paper, question paper. Like that. So if they ask, you should be able to answer. Evergreen, rainforest. Laurentian is mixed forest. Temperate mixed forest. This also we can expect in the exam. So temperate mixed forest, which is called as mixed forest biome, Laurentian. Siberian is called as, or British type is called as, this is taiga biome or boreal. This is temperate deciduous biome. See, This alternative vegetation also they can give like this. Match the following. Equatorial is called as evergreen rainforest, correct. Laurentian is called as temperate mixed forest. Siberian is called as taiga. British steppe is called as temperate deciduous forest biome. That also is another way of asking question. Okay. And which of the following are found only in northern hemisphere or only in southern hemisphere? Okay. All the biomes are found in southern hemisphere, but only in northern hemisphere is two. That is Laurentian and Siberian. Laurentian and Siberian are found only in the northern hemisphere. Okay. So please remember this. Vegetation type, plants, trees, one question they can ask. So now notice the India map now. We will come to monsoon biome. You might be wondering, sir didn't cover monsoon biome, because I am going to cover it separately in Indian geography. Now we are going to come to Indian biodiversity now. For this atlas is very important, because there is a full map. Do you all remember the states? Okay. Page number 34. If you don't have atlas, take your friend's atlas and take a photo. Here, page number 34. See, one full map they have given. So when it comes to India, the biome we experience or the kind of climate we experience, we are going to discuss now separately. Whatever we have done now, I am applying it to India. Okay. Give them so that. So if you notice carefully, India is a tropical subtropical country, correct? India is a tropical subtropical country. So page number 34. All of you go to the page number 34. Till then I'll draw the map. All of you know the latitude. India starts from 6 degree north. 6 degree 4 minutes north. This is 8 degree north to 37 degree north. Correct. This is Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer passes through the country. So in the first class only I told you, India is close to equator. Here, Nicobar. So we have equatorial climate. Nicobar is the region which is close to equator. So India experiences equatorial climate in the south, close to equator. So that is the reason in Andaman Nicobar we have equatorial rainforest biome. Equator ke paas we have one island called Great Nicobar. So Great Nicobar, what is the vegetation type? Equatorial, evergreen rainforest. Okay. Whereas rest of the South India is tropical biome. Tropical here, hot, tropical climate. This is subtropical climate. Subtropical climate up to 30 degree. Plus we have Himalayas here. As we go, we have Himalayas where the temperature decreases as we go up. So temperate plus snow covered mountains, alpine. So India experiences 5 types of climate. 5 type of climate. So we have climatic diversity. That is the first point. Climatic diversity. India is a land of diversity. So this climatic diversity has given rise to flora and fauna diversity. Flora and fauna diversity. And with vast coastline also. We have vast coastline as well. As a result, India is one of the 17 mega diverse countries in the world. Mega diverse countries. What are mega? Very high. All those countries with very high diversity are called as mega diverse country. India is one of them. There are 17 mega diverse countries in the world. India is one of the mega diverse country. Okay. That is the first point. Why we have so much diversity? Because of the climatic diversity, plus we have maritime influence. Vast coastline. Vast coastline. As a result, I am using the word maritime influence. So we have flora and fauna diversity. Then, do you also remember India is part of two realms? One is Indo-Malaya. we are part of Indo-Malaya realm, and also we are part of the Paleo-Arctic realm. Good. So Paleo-Arctic realm, that comes in Himalayas, and Indo-Malaya realm. Indo-Malaya realm. See, slowly we will be discussing national park, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserves. If you don't have atlas, it is difficult. I will have to skip that topic. So because I can't, I'll tell you, there are 100 plus national park. You tell me how will I mention 100 if you don't have atlas? There are 50 plus, nearly 60 tiger reserves today. 500 plus wildlife sanctuaries. Okay, Ramsar sites nearly 90, crossing 90 now. Already. As a result, you know how it is. So if you don't have atlas, it will be like a kind of a dry class. All these places, Ramsar site list I'll give. I can't dictate, nor you can write. So list, printout wise, I'll provide you. So India belongs to two realms, Paleo-Arctic realm and Indo-Malayan realm. That is also clear. So India is a mega diverse country. And globally, there are 36 hotspots, out of which 4 are India. 4 comes in India. So biodiversity hotspot also. Biodiversity. Hotspots. Globally, there are 36 globally. In India, 4. 4 hotspots. Himalayas. This one, Himalayas. Himalayas. Western Ghats. Second, Western Ghats. Indo-Burma. Indo-Burma. Then Sunda. Sunda plate. Remember Sunda? Sunda is this. 10-degree channel below 10-degree channel. So 4 hotspots also we have. Himalayas. I am giving introduction to Indian biodiversity. Western Ghats. Indo-Burma. 4th one is Sunda land. Many of you might have heard of this word, Sunda land, in plate tectonics class. Sunda land comes below 10-degree channel. Below 10 degrees is Sunda plate, Indonesia. Above 10 degrees Burma plate, here, Indo-Burma. So we have 4 hotspots also in India. Biodiversity hotspot. See, we receive sunlight throughout the year. Because of tropical location, India receives insolation throughout the year. So sunlight is not a problem. One first abiotic factor is good, sunlight. Temperature also high throughout the year, warm. So rainfall also. So throughout the year, not all parts receive rainfall, but at least we receive majority rainfall during monsoon season. Nearly 80% plus rainfall occurs during 4 months, June, July, August, September. That is when India comes under a monsoon biome. Because majority rainfall takes place during 4 months due to monsoon winds. So we are part of majority monsoon biome. Okay. Rest of the time, rainfall is less. Majority rainfall takes place during monsoon. Water is also there. We have a lot of rivers. Perennial, seasonal rivers also we have. So as a result, soil moisture is more or less average. Not too high, not too low. So as a result, we have abundant vegetation. Flora and fauna diversity. We have abundant vegetation, lot of plants, animals we have. Here we have equatorial rainforest biome. Here we have tropical biome, tropical forest, deciduous forest, thorny forest here. Similarly, different places, different biomes we have, or different vegetation we have. So what I am going to do, I am going to divide India into 10 biogeographic zones. How many biogeographic zones? 10. See the atlas now. This map, that page. You can see 10 colors they have given. These 10 biogeographic zones. How many biogeographic zones India is divided into? 10. 10 biogeographic. What is bio means life. Geography means land, water, air, insulation, everything. Abiotic factors. Biotic, abiotic. Together it is called as biogeographic. All of you understood? What is biogeographic means? biotic, abiotic components together. That word is called as biogeography. Easy, correct? Because geography we study only abiotic factor. In environment we study biotic factors. So biogeographic, very nice word, correct? Biogeographic. So how many biogeographic zone India is divided into? 10. This is not going to change. National parks might increase, tiger reserve will increase, biogeographic zones will not change. Remember that, fixed. That is the question. How many biogeographic zones India is divided into? 10. That's it. This is not going to change. 10. Please check all 10. I think I have the map. No, not this one. I'll show you. I'll tell you. In 1988, Norman Mayers, a person by the name Norman Mayers, he gave a definition for hotspot. Biodiversity hotspots are those places with very high biodiversity and is under threat from human activities. Those places which are under threat from human activities and you should have very high biodiversity. Those places are called as biodiversity hotspot. To identify, I'll write all this. This is going to come next. His name is Norman Mayers. Norman, Norman Mayer, Myers. So he gave two conditions also to identify. It should have around 1500 species of endemic plants in that area and it should have lost 70% of its primary vegetation. He has given the criteria also to identify. That is going to come next. Okay. So hotspot, simple definition you remember now. What is hotspot? Places with very high biodiversity and it should be under threat from human activities. That's it. So see this map. This kind of map you would have in the atlas. Each one color. This is one. Trans-Himalayas. Then this is Himalayas. Why have they shown only India part? Nepal, Bhutan they have skipped because that is not neighboring countries. Only taken India. So all of you can locate Himalayas, Trans-Himalayas. Same thing we have studied in physiographic zones. Outer Himalaya, Inner Himalaya. Trans-Himalayan mountains, Himalayan mountains. Two zones I have discussed. Then third, you can see desert. This is semi-arid. Fourth, you can see seventh one here. This is Gangetic plain. This is sixth one, Deccan Peninsula. You can see. Ninth, northeast, coastal plain, islands. Please write 10 biogeographic zones. I have saved this. I'll put this in the PDF so that everybody gets it. We'll do one thing. We'll save it again so that we'll come to know the location. Now notice the location where it is. Downloads. We'll do one thing. We'll create. See here, I'll import the file now. See this now. Map of India embedded into the document. See this, all this given. You make a list now, one by one. 1 to 10, you write and write percentage also. I'll write the percentage if you can't see. In Atlas already given. Since most of you don't have Atlas, you have to remember this. What they are doing, they are asking this. So which is the largest biogeographic region of India? Deccan. Top 4 they'll give. Arrange them in descending order. That is the question. Question may, they are asking this, which is the largest, second largest, third largest, fourth largest. Arrange them in descending order. So once you write in the notebook. Okay. I will only write one by one. So you just copy that. First one, Trans-Himalayas. Here I am going to write. Trans-Himalayas. Copy the first one. 5.6%. Second one, Himalayas. 6.4. Those who have Atlas, please cross check, okay? Just in case. Desert. The statistics you cross check. 6.6. Fourth one, semi-arid. 16.6, correct? Western Ghats 4%. Deccan 42%. 42% Deccan Peninsula. $10.8, correct? 10.8. Eighth one, coast 2.5. Ninth, northeast 5.2. Islands 10th 0.3. Done. We have 10 biogeographic zones. Top 4 you remember, which is the largest, second largest, third largest, fourth largest, which is the smallest. Those kind of questions they might ask. So India is divided into 10 biogeographic zones. Within this 10 biogeographic zones, we have 18 biosphere reserves. Within 10 biogeographic zones, how many? As of now, 18 biosphere reserves. Okay, you write this, then I'll continue. Okay, 10 biogeographic provinces, all of you know. Biogeographic 10 biogeographic provinces or 10 biogeographic zones. Please notice, within this 10, there are 25 sub-provinces, biotic provinces. Within this overall 10 mein, there are sub-provinces. How many? 25. So they'll ask, how many biotic provinces we have? 25. 10 biogeographic provinces, within that 25 biotic provinces. Biotic provinces. That I'm going to show in the next page. Biotic or biogeographic province, sub-provinces. Means subdivision. Can I use the word subdivision? For example, all of you wrote Himalayas, correct? Himalaya. Or Trans-Himalayas you wrote. Trans-Himalayas are further divided into Ladakh, Tibetan part. Because one part is Ladakh, the other side Tibet. That is also there. See, Himalayas, you can see Northwest Himalaya, Western Himalaya, Central Himalaya, Eastern Himalaya. Like this, sub-provinces are there. You just remember, anyhow, this is going to come with you, PDF. But you remember how many sub-provinces, that is a question. How many sub-provinces or biotic provinces are there? Means assemblage of flora and fauna acclimatized to that climate. Sub-zones. Clear to all? For example, you notice Gangetic Plain. Gangetic Plain is divided into Upper Gangetic, Lower Gangetic. Easy. Deccan Peninsula, Central, Chota Nagpur Plateau, Eastern, Central, Deccan. Remember, all this we have covered in physiographic zones. None of these terms are new to you because already you know. Indian Desert, Thar, Kutch, I have covered. Semi-arid, Punjab, Gujarat, Rajputna, that is Rajasthan. Western Ghats, Malabar and Western Ghats mountains, coast and mountains, both. Western Ghats coast and mountains, that part. This one, all this done. Coast, West Coast, East Coast, done. Lakshadweep, also we have covered. Northeast, Brahmaputra Valley, hills, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, that. Islands, Andaman, Nicobar. Like this, you can count this. 10 biogeographic provinces, biogeographic zones. Within that, how many provinces? 25. So be clear here. How many biogeographic zones? That is 10. Within that, how many provinces? Biogeographic provinces? 25. Clear? Next. In the same map, I want you to notice Biosphere Reserve. What is the symbol for Biosphere Reserve? You notice? Blue star. Blue circle and a star. So I want you to identify 18 Biosphere Reserves now. 18 Biosphere Reserves. 18 Biosphere Reserves. Notice this first one. First one is here. I want you to start from the first one. Notice the symbol. That is here. Cold desert. Cold desert of Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh. First one is cold desert. Cold desert. First one. Second one, Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi. Hope all of you are able to follow how to see this. You have to look for the symbol like this. This blue star, this one, cold desert, this one. Okay, some of you don't have atlas. Where is your atlas? Consistently not bringing atlas. Tomorrow you bring. 1 second, I'll take your atlas. See what you have to do? You have to see one by one like this. Because when you see this, you have to see which state is coming in. Cold desert is covering Ladakh and Himachal. Though. Nanda Devi comes in, Uttarakhand. Like this state, all of you know, na? If you forget state, then I can't do anything. So that is on you. Correct? Which state is this? If you are wondering, then I can't do anything. Because already geography class is over. That is the reason first classes, remember, we gave so many maps to practice. Those things are there. So index, page number 35, index they have given blue star. Here. Kanchenjunga. Remember Kanchenjunga peak? Here, Kanchenjunga. Fourth one. Here, fourth is here. Fourth. Dihang, Dibang. If you all remember, Dihang is Brahmaputra. Dibang is another tributary. Tributary of Brahmaputra. Dihang is a name in Arunachal Pradesh, if you all remember. Dibang is a tributary that comes from the left here. From this side the river comes. Brahmaputra is going like this. Dibang is coming like this. This is Dibang. This is Dihang. Brahmaputra or Sangpo. Clear na? That zone. This is exactly coming. This dam we are building here. Dibang ke upar dam build kar rahe hain. That dam is in the two realm. Indo-Malaya realm, this side. This side is Palearctic realm. So that is the reason that dam is very controversial now. Dibang Dam. Dibang Dam is exactly coming on the zone where the two realms are meeting, where there is a lot of biodiversity. Okay, so in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. So fourth one is over. Fifth one, Dibru Saikhowa. Here, Dibru Saikhowa. Arunachal, Assam. Dibru Saikhowa. Sixth one, Manas. Sixth one, Manas. Assam. Seventh one, No Creek. Here, No Creek. Seventh one, Meghalaya. Meghalaya, seventh. Eighth, here, Sundarbans. Eighth, Sundarbans. Ninth, Amarkantak. Achakanamar. Eighth. Do you all remember Amarkantak Peak, Son River, Narmada River, Zohila, Mahanadi? So many rivers take birth, I was telling you. Radial topography. Amarkantak, Achakanamar. Eighth. Tenth. Tenth, Panna. Tenth. Oh, sorry, ninth, I think. Na? Oh, number, wait. This is ninth, this is 10. 11th. Have they given Pachmarai? Given? Pachmarai. 11th. 12th. Run of Kutch. Run of Kutch is 12th. 13th. Sheshachalam. Sheshachalam is Sheshadri. Tirupati. Sheshachalam Hills. Tirupati's zone is called as Sheshachalam. 13th. 14th is Nilgiris. Nilgiris. 15th is Agastya Malai. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Agastya Malai. 16th is Gulf of Mannar. 17th is Simlipal. I should have written Simlipal last, but okay, now I will be writing. 18th is our Nicobar, Great Nicobar. Great Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar. So I have marked all the 18 biosphere reserves. So as of now, how many biosphere reserves? This can increase. Biosphere reserves can increase. Whereas the first two, biogeographic zones, biogeographic provinces will never change. Unless India First new land. Correct. Sri Lanka we acquire, Pakistan, Bangladesh we include. Then our biogeographic zones might increase. Otherwise, it won't. Please make sure that you see also in the atlas. Question is asked on location, match the following state. For example, Amarkantak, you should know, Chhattisgarh. State I have not written. Sundarban, West Bengal. No Creek, Meghalaya. Manas, Assam. You want state, I'll write. But you should know where, which place is. This is Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. These two. Nanda Devi, Uttarakhand. Kanchenjunga, Sikkim. This is Arunachal Pradesh. Dibru Saikova, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam. Some of them come in two states. Some of them are part of one state. Manas, Assam. No Creek, Meghalaya. Sundarban, West Bengal. Amarkantak, Achak number, Chhattisgarh. Panna, Madhya Pradesh. Pachmarai, Madhya Pradesh. Run of Kutch, Gujarat. Sheshachalam, AP. Nilgiris, 3 states. Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. 3 states. Agastyamalai, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Gulf of Mannar, Tamil Nadu. Simlipar, Odisha. Andaman Nicobar. Just in case, if you want the states, I have mentioned. See, now I am entering Indian biogeographic zones from Environment Ecology. Ecology part to Indian part, biodiversity we are entering. So tomorrow I will discuss types of vegetation in India, forest in India. So further, what is classification? What we have? Köppen's classification, no. Already we have done Köppen's classification. That you have to revise and come. See, already recording is there. I am not skipping the topic also. Everything is recorded. All you have to do is scroll, go to that class, read, revise. Earlier, I will tell you, only last year onward this recording and all has come. Before that, that was not there at all. Once you do it on the board, that's it. This digital board also was not there. This scanning PDF part was also not there. Whatever teacher is to say, that is student has to remember, that's it. And students have cleared with that also. Okay, they have cleared. So as a result, and now you have the advantage that you can, if you miss the class, you can go and watch. This PDF is available. Correct. So as a result, a lot of material is there. So technology makes us lazy. That's the problem. So you'll stop writing. When you stop writing, no exams you will be able to clear. Because exams are not changing. The pattern of exams are not changing. Okay, still you have to write, still use the same pen, paper, you have to write. So 18 biosphere reserve is clear? Okay, we'll stop. We have anyhow another class for me on 11 o'clock. See, this is there. Map is there. This list is there. Don't you think this also they can ask? In the biogeographic province, which is largest, they can ask. You notice? 12.9, this one. We have the largest 12.9, this one. Gujarat and Rajasthan part. 12.9. That biogeographic province, which is largest, second largest, they can ask. Which is the largest biogeographic province of India? They'll give these 4, any of these random 4. So then you should know, semi-arid Gujarat Rajputna region means our Mewar belt. That belt they are talking about. Rajputna is Mewar. Second is this 12.5 Central Plateau. Which is third? 10.4, this one. South, Deccan South. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Fourth one, 7.3. Correct, na? Yeah, this is 4th. Highland, Central Highland. Among the biogeographic province also they can ask. UPSC is known to do this. They'll put you in a situation where you can't do anything there.